Going live. And we're live. We're live.
You don't tell me what to do. Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome back on today's episode of You Got Fucked Going to the Moon. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see what happened? That Dogecoin was soaring opposite direction from what people thought. That's okay, though. More to come. Food shortages, Biden, oil pipeline, gaming, mining. Lots of topics to talk about today. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to enjoy ourselves. And we are going to be doing our best due diligence to make sure everybody knows what's going on, what's happening. And we're bringing it over to you, Jerry. Take over.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready? Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm ready. All right.
All right. Make sure you let me see your screen too, because you ain't ready.
Oh yeah. Are you talking? I'll
He's
find
not
my
awake.
Screen.
He's not awake, ladies and gentlemen. Which is weird, because technically speaking, he's like a few hours ahead of me, and
whoops.
Wow, you suck.
Yeah. So this is
due diligence right now. It's okay.
We'll come back to this, but this is hilarious because this is my point right here, where it all came crashing down on me. This is my point right here. I think, I don't know, somewhere in this general region.
All right. Yeah.
I wrote this. This is where it goes up, and I put a little line. See all these lines? Doesn't this make sense? Fucking nonsense. But I wrote this. I was like, this is where it goes up, right here. Anyway.
Spiderweb. I mean, it did go somewhere, so
but it did not go up.
No, I'm just glad that I was still positive when I sold mine, because I sold mine back around 70 something.
Nice. Yeah, I sold mine 72. I sent you that message. I had been selling Saturday. What was it on Saturday? So Friday, I guess I started. Like Friday and Saturday, I scalped it. So I'd, pick a low point and buy it, and then it get higher, and then I'd sell it, and then I'd pick a low point and I'd buy it, and I was doing well. Like, my lines make no sense to anybody other than me, but I was doing well.
I'm looking at it, and it's just like, man, Charlotte's Web Digital Edition. This book is going to be fire.
It's nonsense. These are basically lines with trends that I expected it to take based off of previous trends and just different, I don't know, whatever kind of nonsense. I was on acid, honestly, is what was happening. Not honestly, but
that Mind Med?
I was, yeah, I got that. I got their free trial, and
well, it finally arrived. I'm still waiting on mine. They only said it was $5.95 for the shipping, and then I think they said I had 14 days to try it, and then I don't think they're gonna charge me any more money. I have this random charge of $90 that keeps happening every month, but I don't think that's Mind Med. No, they wouldn't do that. They're an honest company.
So, to their, real quick, I guess, to follow up on a previous episode when we went over MyMed, I did see a report today. I saw the headline of a report, because that's all I read these days is headlines. And I think it was 67% of usage cases on MDMA that had experienced PSTD after using, not getting PSTD from using MDMA, but after using MDMA, if they had PSTD, it reduced or eliminated that stuff. What's that stuff called? Signs? When you have something and you exhibit stuff?
Hallucinations?
No, man. Like when you have, like, if you had a cough, it would be a what that you might have a cold.
Symptom.
Thank you. Yes, so it like eliminated the symptoms or something.
Yeah, I would have stuck with hallucination. I can't even talk.
See what's going on? Let's move on to chicken. Let's talk about chicken.
This is some good Mind Med right now.
That's some good stuff right there, bro. So this is chicken.
Chicken.
Now here's the thing. So I'm gonna take you on a short path of the chicken. Actually, you wanna read the Tyson? I think most people know who they are, but you want to tell us who they are just in case they're doing NFTs and we don't know about it, or into mining or real estate.
NFT chicken?
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Like, that would be weird.
That's my chicken. I got the proof right here. I got my NFT.
Yeah. I owned it first, and I want my money back.
Yeah,
All right, let's take a look. So we're gonna have to scroll up and down on here. Tyson Foods Incorporated engages in the production of professional food. It operates through the following segments: chicken, beef, pork, and prepared foods. The chicken segment involves the domestic operations related to raising and processing live chickens into fresh, frozen, and value-added chicken products, as well as sales from allied products. The beef segment includes operations related to processing live fed cattle and fabricating dressed beef carcasses into primal and subprimal meat cuts. Moving on into the list here, let's take a look. And case-ready products. The pork segment comprises operations related to processing live market hogs and fabricating pork carcasses into primal and subprimal cuts and case-ready products. The prepared food segments manufactures and markets frozen and refrigerated food products and operations to move products through the supply chain. The company was founded by John W. Tyson in 1935 and is headquartered in Springdale, Arkansas. That's it. That's it for Tyson.
So, have you heard of the Arkansas Chicken Man?
Yes.
Did I show you? I sent you that link, right? So,
I have no idea, probably.
if you haven't seen this, there's a show called Billions. It's a show about, like, I guess the stock market and stuff and things, and these people are traders and they run a hedge fund. Anyways, whatever. There's a guy on there and he comes in and he goes, have you heard of the Chicken Man? Or have you heard of the Chicken Man from Arkansas? Something nonsense. The funny clip. It's a good show. I like the show. Anyways, so this clip is about this guy who, like, counts the chickens and decides if there's going to be, like, like a lot of chickens or no chickens for the Arkansas Chicken Index, which I guess there was this whole thing that happened years ago and it's based off of a real thing. I don't know. Who cares? Too much into it. This is what matters.
Too much chicken. You need more mind bet.
No, chicken. Saw the show, right?
Hallucinogenic chicken. Got it.
Yes, if you get the wrong chicken, it can be hallucinogenic. If you start hallucinating after eating chicken, call the number on your screen. No, dial 911.
555 55 55 5555.
Side note, that's like the most popular phone number in movies. Anyways, or it used to be. So, I watch the show, I see the clip, and I'm posting the clip, and I'm watching the clip because it's a funny-ass clip, and I just felt like watching it, right? And then I see this thing, and I think it was from Bloomberg or something, and it was about pork. And the USDA put these restrictions on how fast they can slaughter the pork. So there was a pork shortage, and chicken prices, it turns out, were already going up. Pork's going up. So food's going up, which makes sense because remember when COVID first hit and they had to waste all that food, or maybe, let me rephrase this, in my opinion, they intentionally wasted a lot of this food to be able to get government aid, which is really sad. Remember they were dumping out milk? Yeah, I know. You don't remember? Like there was a meat problem.
I don't watch the news. This is my news. This is how I learn stuff. This is how I go over things. Like, he informs me of what happened. I'm like, fucking conspiracy.
You're screwed.
Fucking aliens did it.
If this is your news, you're screwed because the aliens did do it, and we'll get into that in a minute. No. So the chicken, there's like a chicken shortage. Price of chicken's gone up from like $1 to $1.50. Let's say 1.5 times. There's a pork shortage because of the slaughter reasons. And then on top of that, I'm like, wow, I also saw that chicken video just recently. So maybe that's something, right? And so I start reading into all this nonsense. And if you look at Tyson, they've been doing some stuff. They've been buying up Halliburton. And Halliburton. What the hell?
I was like, that's not Titan.
Halliburton. So Tyson, they've been buying up, announces it would expand Arkansas poultry operation by 46 million. So there's numerous cases where they've been
48.
Is that an 8? Oh my God. Yeah, I got to go see the eye doctor. Okay. I'm not joking.
I mean, it's 46, time. 48. I mean, it's pretty close in the millions. I don't think they'll notice accounting wise. So we're fine.
I'm just assuming this is what I'm going to attribute my loss in Dogecoin to. My eyesight. I read the charts wrong. I read the tea leaves wrong.
That's
Eyesight.
because you had too many crosses and Chris's and.
It is because of that.
Oh, the graph totally kicked your ass. Okay,
Well,
all right, Tyson. All right, they're investing
Tyson.
money. They're buying.
Yeah.
What did I say?
It's production facilities is what they are.
I don't know what I said. All right, so they're investing in the ability to produce more, given that they are going to be limited on the amount that they can produce per day or per time frame.
Well, now I don't know that that's the reason why. They began purchasing these before the pork regulations kicked in. I didn't even know, and I don't know why I didn't know this, and I didn't even really pay attention to it to you actually shortly during the conference call, that they even have a hand in beef and pork. I thought Tyson was like a pure chicken company. When I think of chicken, I think of Tyson. When I think of Tyson, I think of chicken.
Did you not listen to my amazing infomercial on what Tyson is about?
I did, and it reaffirmed the understanding in my head of my own ignorance that they mess with cattle and pork.
Tyson is the Colonel Sanders of the food industry.
Tyson is the butcher's knife of the food industry.
Yeah, they're fucking everything up.
There's a guy with a machete somewhere, and the USDA is like, "Whoa, buddy, whoa!"
It's like, you need to calm down. We're limiting the amount of pork you can kill today. All right, walks to the next room, starts on the chicken. That's it. We're done with the chicken. Walks to the next room, starts on the cow. All right, beef is done. Walks to the next room, starts on the frogs. Fine.
Oh, hey.
There's no.
People eat frogs.
With frog meat. Yeah,
people
frog
eat frogs.
legs are delicious.
No, I disagree, but it is popular. I've tried it, and I'm good.
They're delicious.
I'm good with frog legs. I'm good with alligator. I'm sorry, I'm just not into that stuff. I tried it. I was open. I tried it. So, anyways, my tinfoil hat was on heavy on this.
Okay.
Right?
Got it.
Timing, chicken, poultry, pork, everything. Like the perfect storm was happening. Tyson seemed to have already been investing in production before these regulations came about, and there's also a dearth, if you will, of supply of food due to COVID, right? So COVID comes out, there's too much supply, they're throwing away food. COVID goes through, everything kind of regulates, we're kind of coming out of the COVID storm, you could say, and people may disagree with. Let's say there are signs of recovery in the market. Let's say that. And there are signs of recovery in the restaurant business, right? They're getting to open up. A lot of these guys get shut down completely. So they're getting to open up. And I saw this thing. I watched some videos from different reporters. This has been going on for like, I think 7-8 days now. It's been pretty hectic. But there's like chicken wing places. They're like, we can't get no damn chicken wings. I'm trying to sell chicken wings and I can't find chicken wings. And so my thought is
chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chilling with my home. Wait, what?
No, I'm rocking out.
Totally. Yeah, totally stuck on TikTok right there. TikTok mode.
Yeah.
So I mean, so they're investing in the ability to produce more, and businesses were closed. But how did they funnel the funds into the production? Yo, hometown. I got the meats for you.
You got the meats. Arby's. It's not involved in this story.
No, hometown deli.
Oh shit.
Come on.
Now, you might be onto something. I need to revise my entire due diligence now at this point, because I don't, and my portfolio, I don't take a quick peek at them and just double check that I didn't miss anything crazy. No, it's just doing what it does right now. Ever since people found out about it,
staying steady.
This thing travels anywhere between $1 to $2. It just swings around. So anyways, I start looking at Tyson pretty heavy. They got earnings that were coming out. The earnings, unless it was wrong, it seemed to have gotten pushed by 2 days, because the earnings were supposed to be Thursday last week, I thought, and then it was supposed to be Friday, and then it said Monday before the close, and I'm like, or before the open, and I'm like, hell yeah. Turns out all their earnings are before the open. But yeah, see this candlestick, it's nonsense. So I'm looking at this whole thing. I'm looking at it's been selling off, all these things, the perfect storm, and I'm just assuming they're going to get earnings and they're going to beat earnings. I'm right on that. I'm assuming the conference call is going to come out and they're going to be like, yeah, there's been these regulations and shit, but we preempted this. Then we purchased production facilities. And while the rest of the chicken business is going to be struggling to provide and put food on the table, Tyson's bringing it home, baby. That's what I thought.
We're going to become the national supplier to KFC. Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, and all you other chicken bastards.
Hell yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Butcher's coming in.
Yeah. See, I like your attitude. I should have brought you in on this a lot earlier. That's what I think. Maybe not, though, because then I listened to the conference call. Now, look, first off, let's say this. I appreciate honesty. I appreciate it. I appreciate people who are honest. And I expect, kind of that Midwest, down south, good old boy kind of mentality to be honest, to be a straight shooter. I expect a cowboy to be a straight shooter. I expect a gangster sideways.
If you wear
and a New York City slicker to do the thing.
Cowboy clothes, are you ranch dressing?
Shut the fuck up. I know that is probably a very common corny joke that you stole from some dad joke book, but that's actually fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I gotta give you some credit for that. So all these things, all cards on the table. I'm like loving this. I'm ready. I'm up early. I'm pre-market. I'm like, what the hell? This thing isn't moving. I'm expecting pre-market because I bought after the close on Friday.
Disclosure. He was awake. I was sleeping. I don't give a fuck.
And also, disclosure.
Oh, sorry.
I do not no longer own Tyson. And also, in addition to that, this is not financial advice. Never should be misconstrued as financial advice. And nothing we say should ever be taken seriously, financial or not.
And if it is, please call the number on your screen. 555-555-4421.
That's not our number. That's McDonald's.
Oh my God, we should totally give him McDonald's.
That's Tyson's number. Send him to Tyson. So these guys, good old boys on the conference call, get on. And I catch the conference call late. I don't know how late in I got. I don't know, halfway through or something.
And you keep talking. I'm gonna refresh my coffee. Yeah. Keep talking about the call.
So I get on and I'm listening to these guys and I'm watching the webcast because why would you just have phone anything without having video? I don't know. So I'm watching this stuff and I'm thinking, man, this is it, man. They're about to any minute. Oh, because there's another thing on this play that was, I think the original thing that got me looking at this was a Bloomberg article about Tyson was about to get into plant-based meat, which for the record, I have nothing against. For the record, I understand that, methane and stuff is bad for the environment and, plant-based stuff and people are starving and this is something that is happening in the future. And for the record, I don't eat plant-based meat. I've tried it a couple times. I'll try it again. I don't eat tofu. I've tried tofu. Now, there are some instances where I will eat tofu cooked properly and, stir fry and all that kind of stuff. Like it's, there are certain ways where it's prepared, even by itself, but like a large cube, I don't know. And plant-based meat, I have not found one that tickles my fancy as of yet. However, I understand that there are people that like plant-based meat. Beyond meat and genetic meat. It's the future.
Bullshit.
Look at Star Trek. They press a button and squirts out and creates and makes something. I get it. Sure.
Bullshit.
So, if Tyson's going to make that shit, I see money. That's what I see. When I see Tyson is going to fight with Beyond Meat and get involved in that, I see money. I also see the lack of production and a potential solution to a part of that lack. Another solution to their production cycle, right? I get on the conference call. I listen to these guys, and they're on there. And this is literally, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. So if you ever do listen to this, I apologize. But just from the perspective of a man who just put some damn money into somebody that I thought they were going to come out guns a-blazing, like spurs on the boots, yeah, boy, got this shit.
Dressing. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, that's the kind of cowboy I expected. And what I got was, hey, guys, we're sorry. Production sucked, and we realized the things that we did wrong, and we're going to fix that. Once again, I appreciate the hell out of this kind of honesty. And as a long-term investor in a company, I would look at that and say, yes, these are the kind of people I like. Straight shooters. Going to tell me how it is. Not going to beat around the bush. But they, like, one after another kept coming out and saying things like, yeah, so we learned from our mistake, and we knew where we went wrong, and we messed up here, and we messed up there, and COVID really sucked. And it was like, oh my God, like, who the fuck yelled at these people before they got on the damn phone? Before they got on the phone call, I feel like somebody, like, chewed their asshole out. Like, they were so sad. Like, they needed a drink, is what they needed. Give them a damn shot of whiskey at 7 o'clock in the morning, whatever damn time it was, 9 a.m. I think, Central Time, I think it was. But when they actually are on the call, but these guys were like, just, man, like, they got yelled at. You know, you go to a meeting and you got the bagel taken from you. You're in there trying to eat, and they're like, well, you don't get no damn bagel. What's that movie? Anyways, whatever. So I immediately began to panic listening to these people, and I tried everything within my power to say it doesn't matter. This was a play. I'm waiting on a couple of days. It wasn't today. Today was not supposed to be the day that they get instant. But look, here's earnings. Boom, they beat earnings, and then it goes down, and a couple days later, they're up, baby. They're already up. But it did take a dive to get there. Here's earnings. Boom. Didn't really play, but the next day it goes up. There's 30%. I also expect them to beat estimates. And then that's the other thing that they kept saying. They're like, their future estimates, they have already taken into account all those things that I thought. They're like, we've already padded in the, and they were late 3 days, which made me start thinking that maybe there was like a potential legal problem with the numbers that they were going to say. Like, they had to be very careful about what numbers they put out because they didn't want to get sued into the dirt or some shit or go to prison, which doubtful would happen. And so, look, they lost it and went up. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I really had a lot of faith in this, and that call just scared the shit out of me. And I found an exit point and dropped, I think, 1% and got the hell out. I got scared. I'll be honest. I got scared. I did believe, though, that I would be looking at June 2nd or so for it to be in the 83 range, and safe at that, but that it would potentially, so when I draw a line, I don't think it's going to be on the line, but I think it's going to bounce around it. And so I thought that it may touch that beforehand and get out. And I still think that that may be a possibility, but I couldn't bear it. I mean, look at this. The Mac Daddy says, right? It should be going, maybe going to go green. I don't know. I don't know.
No, it just shows the swoosh.
I don't know.
Before the skadoosh.
There's something that I forgot that we have to add to. We're going to put it after
What?
Reagan investment. We got to talk about Verizon.
You just remind me when we get there.
And regulations. That is going to be important.
If you say so.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know. I was wrong about the chicken. So who knows? Who knows? I probably don't know shit at this point. I was wrong about Dogecoin. I've been wrong about the chicken, and I may not be wrong about the chicken. You may find out. But here's what they said that really got me down. That was the final kicker for me when they were like, look, we got the production. We did this stuff, and they're more like this. So what we do, we could, and we bought some plants, and we're really going to get that production up, and you're going to begin seeing that, not this quarter, but in the next quarter after the summer. And I was like, what the fuck? You're telling me this whole quarter's fucking ruined and that you're basically going to fucking lose? What the hell? Like, seriously, I'm sitting there shaking 20 cups of coffee in 5 minutes. Got the Keurig working overtime. They were super honest. Super honest.
So, I mean, that's not a bad thing.
It's not.
Definitely not a bad thing.
I love that. And if I was going to be long-term on something, and I had to be long-term on something, I would not
they do
have a problem being in with Tyson. I'll tell you that. Like, I feel pretty damn confident that I would get a good amount of leeway as to when things may get dark. And that was the problem, is I felt like they were giving me that. I felt like they were like, this quarter's going to fucking suck, guys. And we're sorry. We're just sorry. COVID, the USDA, the food shortages, the production's not going to be online for another quarter. Like, they got all these production facilities, but they're talking about it's not going to be online for another quarter. In the meantime, they're going to buy from other production, which is great. You know, they have a way through it. So I don't know. They're probably going to do great. In fact, now that I've sold, it's probably going to go to the moon. This thing's going to be worth as much as Amazon by tomorrow because people want chicken wings and there's no damn chicken, and chicken price is just going to keep going up. The more people go outside, there's a lot of people right now.
Ooh.
They haven't been outside yet. They're
They need
albinos.
to start working on the Tyson turkeys and ducks, and then they can move in on the turducken profits.
I guess I don't like
Sorry,
duck.
we're
I'm
talking
sorry.
about chicken, and
I know, I just don't like
turducken
duck.
just totally popped in my head, and I'm just like, ooh.
I don't like duck.
Have
It's
you had
greasy.
turducken though?
I've not had turducken. I have had duck though at numerous places from people who are like, not this duck you haven't tried.
I don't understand. I mean, they take the 3 birds and they all go in like together.
I don't.
Come on, that poor animal. No.
Yeah. See, I like turkey. I like sliced turkey. I like gravy,
good.
and I like mashed potatoes. I like it simple. I like it clean. I like some herbs on it, some spices. I like KFC, but I don't like KFC's turkey. I do like Boston Market's turkey, though. You ever have that? That's not bad. They're not bad. I'll give them that. But it's not as good as my damn turkey. Boston Market. You ever been to a Boston Market?
Nope.
No. Never mind. Moving on. Are we done with Tyson? Sons of bitches.
Moving on. We're done with Tyson.
All right.
Yeah, I think we've kind of covered it. Tyson pork, food shortage restrictions, increased demand for chicken, prices, what they lied about them, the earnings, because they're totally not an honest company. Just kidding. We realize they are honest. Good for them. They actually provided due diligence, so keep that in mind. That's why we're here. We're here to provide the due diligence on what is going on and how, of course, we can help. Shit, that's right. We're financial advisors. Buy everything. Yes.
Don't listen to this. Government, I didn't do it. Beyond Meat. This is related. And if the Chicken Man video is accurate, then actually right now everything is falling in place exactly as the way it should, and I should have never sold. I should have bought more. But Beyond Meat,
Chicken Man or Tyson?
The Chicken Man video. Because they come out and they lie about it, and actually it turns out the supply is fine.
Should you have bought Tyson, more of Tyson, or does Chicken Man have his own stock? That's what I'm asking.
It was the Arkansas Chicken Index was the Chicken Man stock, which I think would directly benefit Tyson. I don't know. From what they're saying about production, it would, if the production was a bullshit. If Tyson all those production facilities come online like tomorrow, then one of two things is going to happen. One, their stock's probably going to go up because it's going to be great. Or two, maybe their, I don't know, what are those things called? Standards won't be as good. But Beyond Meat makes plant-based meat, and the whole thing started from this company. It was this, because Tyson is going to begin competing with this. Look at this. This stock for just this fake meat company is worth more than Tyson stock currently.
Oh, yeah? How many are available on the market for the Beyond Meat compared to Tyson?
You mean like market cap, or do you mean?
Yeah, like how many stocks total are out there? What's the total dollar value of the company?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to these questions. Let's see. Market cap for Tyson's 28 billion basically, and Beyond Meat, which I can't spell. You okay, bro?
No.
Plant-based meat, 8 billion. So Tyson is the market cap is like 3 times.
Ha. Take that, vegans.
Well, this isn't just vegan. I mean, somebody may be like allergic to beef. No, what if you're allergic to beef? Are people allergic to beef?
Really?
I don't know.
I sure hope not. If you are, that sucks.
That's got to be horrible. But there's people who are allergic to shellfish.
Yeah, but shellfish makes sense.
Does it? I never understood that. I don't. There's people allergic to peanuts. You know how screwed up that's got to be?
Sense.
Peanuts are in everything.
I mean, yeah, that generally is what happens in those types of videos.
That means you can't eat Thai food like at all. Like, that's it.
Yeah, or a good majority of Indian food either.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Well, that does suck.
That's it. Like, I couldn't. Or peanut butter and jelly for that damn matter.
Maybe if EpiPens were like cheaper, you'd be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
Are EpiPens? Is that related to peanut allergies? EpiPens? I thought that was for.
I think it's real. Hold on.
Yeah, you find that out. Beyond Meat, however, is a good company that's reducing the methane, I think, input and making it possible for people who are allergic to steak to eat. I don't think they have a steak. Let me see. I gotta see.
Yes, It is for generic. It's for peanut allergies as well. However, I wonder what the stock for EpiPen is, considering that the general cost of it is $650 per EpiPen.
Jeez, way higher than it should be. That burger does not look real. I want to
Oh
know
my
if they have
God, it looks
steaks.
disgusting.
So,
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The pictures kind of look good, but I know it's not real. So, bleh.
Beyond beef crumbles. That's like the stuff, like the like.
Oh my God, this is where Taco Bell gets their meats.
Yeah, maybe it might be.
I mean, do you remember when, like it was a few years back, they had that big issue because that university came out and they were like, Taco Bell's only 30% meat. And Taco Bell threw out a big fuck you and came back at them and bought ad in the USA Today paper and was like, no, we're 80% real beef. They were okay with knowing that it wasn't 100% beef. And they are okay with telling people it wasn't 100% beef. So maybe they're utilizing both the Tyson and Beyond Meat Corporation to infuse the chakra of the meat and give you an exploratory digestional issue later on in the day. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is this. It's a good thing, right? There are certain things in this life that I am glad as a person exist. And plant-based meat, I'm glad it exists. I'm not eating that. And I don't see steak on there. Oh, hold on. I gotta.
Mic off.
You gotta wait. Ladies and gentlemen, he has left the building. See, plant-based steak. Oh my God, there actually is some vegan steak with happy pear. What? The fuck is this?
Mic
Vegan
on.
Steak with a happy pear. Like, it almost makes me want to say hippie pear every time I'm reading it. But let's take a look here. So we had such a fantastic time when the Happy Pear came to Bosch HQ and cooked up 2 incredibly delicious recipes from their brand new vegan cookbook, Recipes for Happiness. Their new book is versatile, including amazing vegan. Yeah, we don't care about that. We just want to look. Okay, so we hope that you love the recipe. It's a delicious, meaty, smoky, spicy, 100% plant-based and vegan. Told you vegan. Delicious vegan steaks. Like, it doesn't even look
Whoa,
like
they have steaks?
Not the Beyond company. I just Googled vegan steaks just to look at some. But it looks like the Salisbury steaks that you get. Here, let me send you this link.
I love Salisbury steak, but I don't want Salisbury steak that isn't Salisbury steak because I don't even know what that is.
I sent you a link in Messenger. You could pull it up and like it's got this little video. You could.
That's not a steak, though. What is that?
I know it's not a steak.
That ain't right. That ain't right. It looks like a really good. Okay, hooray! What? That's a bunch of ingredients. The hummus. Okay. Oh wait, they're literally like making
from scratch.
What is this about, a Bosch mixer? Is that what they're selling here?
I assume because they went to Bosch HQ to serve up this steak that they made.
And
what
did the people say?
Together.
What is
the Bosch HQ loved it.
Maybe it tastes great. Hey, maybe
it
tastes great, but it's not a steak. All right?
No, definitely not.
Look,
I don't even see any blood coming out of it.
Look, we already have identified what a steak is.
It looks. Basically, they made bread. They can't call bread steak. I'm sorry. You need to go back to school.
Me? Yes.
No, these guys.
Oh yeah.
Can't call bread steak.
But it's the one group. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can call things whatever you want to call them. It doesn't make it true. So I got to tell my son all the time. You can say whatever you want. but it doesn't make it true. So people can tell you whatever they want. Doesn't make it true. That's a steak. That's steak. Now, watch. It's going to come out that these guys have been using plant-based meat, and people are going to be like, see, you can't tell the difference. But, I mean, there's a difference between, first off.
Those like garlic fries, or like what are those like right below there?
They look like French toast, but I think they're steak fries.
Yeah, they do look like French toast.
They're
but
steak
I
fries.
just assumed that it wouldn't have been because it was next to the steak.
They're probably double fried so that they're soft in the center.
Looks like a great looking potato.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wait. These last couple episodes, man, I'm getting hungry when we're looking at real food.
That's what we're here for.
Get off of this. Get off of this.
We are single-handedly trying to cause the market to recover by sending people out for steak. Unless it's plant-based steak. Now, look, if you're a vegetarian and you want a plant-based steak, yes. And I think that they should be working around the fucking clock to make you a damn steak that's as close to a real steak as possible, because that shit so far, I'm sorry, Bosch or whoever it is, I'm sorry, bro. No. First off, my steak there's no blood coming out. It looks
like a Salisbury steak.
Yes. And
from the banquet TV dinners.
Yeah, and if you want to package that up in a TV dinner that's like more expensive than your normal TV dinner because it's a high quality Salisbury steak, by all means. If you want to serve that as a restaurant, no, look, if I can go to a steak, if I got a vegan friend that's okay with me eating a steak when we go out to the same place and they want to eat that and I eat a steak, that's fine. We don't have to spend the whole dinner talking about our damn steaks. You order your thing that's there and I'll order that. But honestly, if I was a vegetarian, I'm not a vegetarian, but I eat plenty of vegetarian food. Right?
And you just go to the vegan restaurant. Like, do you guys have a restroom here, or do I have to shit in the plant?
Yeah. Yeah. I eat plenty of stuff that's vegetarian without needing to try and eat something that it's not. You know what I mean? Like, if it's, I understand the use for it, and it's like, maybe there's some people that have always wanted a steak and can't eat steak anymore, and this serves that. And that's great. That's a great thing to do. Could you imagine? Good old boy from Texas, been eating steak his entire life, and something happens medically and he can't eat steak anymore or something. And then this company comes along and is like, here's a steak for you, John. Here's your steak. I don't know.
Like, I mean, unless like, I mean, we know it's not real, but unless there's like a way to cook it up, saute it, and then like have some sort of seasoning to where it tastes like an actual steak rather than this bullshit plant stuff. No, I'm still a no. So moving on. Are we on Biden and the oil pipeline?
Yeah, I think so. I think we spent way too much time on plant-based meat.
On Tyson and plant-based.
From Tyson. Tyson went on to Beyond, so that's a Beyond segment. There you have it.
Enjoy to infinity and beyond, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
We touch bases on everything. All right.
We're on Biden. The oil pipeline cyber attack. Have you heard about this? Cyber attack?
Yes, just now.
Okay. Jeez. Okay. So, look, I don't know what happened. Okay.
I get my news from you.
I don't. Well, you're screwed because I don't. Why? Look, I have Alexa tells me some stuff. I listen to all the different news networks, and I listen to headlines. That's all I listen to. I don't get involved in this stuff. I don't know what's actually going on. I heard that there's a pipeline. It's 100 million barrels of oil, I think, that we lost because of ransomware. Now, I will say this. Are you familiar with ransomware?
Can we get stocks in ransomware? Because I believe the oil prices just went up.
Did they? Yeah. I mean, if I would have gotten to Exxon, well, I did. If I would have stayed in CVX, see Exxon.
Oh my God, come on.
No, dude, I'm serious. Look at this. Look at this nonsense right here. There's my line. Pretty much followed my line, but I got the hell out. I think
that's a bummer. I think
at a loss. I think.
Earnings, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the third day or something like that. I freaked out at 105. I got in. Yeah, I got in 106. Got in at 105. I freaked out.
Maybe the guys with the ransomware were, oil stockholders, and then they needed a boost.
Maybe. Well, so how familiar are you with ransomware? Because I'm not too familiar, but I do know a teeny bit.
I know of it, but it's not one of those things that I'm like very, very familiar with. But we can go over it together, guys. I mean, let's take a look. So the biggest thing that I'm aware of, and with, again, not diving into my background, is when people are calling because they're like, yeah, I just paid these guys $300 to fix my computer because they said they were from Microsoft and that I had a virus and I couldn't use my computer anymore. And as soon as I paid them, I was able to use my computer, but it turns out they're not actually from Microsoft. It's like, well, no shit. Because when they called you and told you that you need to approve a charge that's not from Seattle, Washington, where Microsoft is actually headquarters and bills out of, and they got you to approve some sort of overseas transaction, red flag, you're an idiot. But yeah, I mean, that's my familiarity with it. Just,
So
laughing at.
here's my knowledge of it, which isn't vast at all. And it's changed over the years, like everything has. Not only do you get emails from the Prince of Saudi Arabia now, but you also will get emails from the Prince of Nigeria and from, I don't know, from Europe, right? And maybe someone wants you to buy a square foot of land in Scotland to be a lord or something. But look, I'm not saying everything's a scam. I'm just saying, yeah, there's some weird things out there that in existence. Ransomware, my understanding, is that typically comes from people who have incriminating evidence that has been hacked. So a lot of times, taboo porn or pedophilia or some weird off the wall shit. And then what happens is, you get this virus because you're looking for some nonsense that you shouldn't be looking for. And so you're in the dark regions of the internet, and while you're there, you pick up a virus, just like in real life. You go in the dark corners of the world looking for a little bit of taboo. You may come back and need to see your doctor, right?
Man,
and my med can't help you.
Wear the shampoo for a week.
Yeah. So the ransomware comes out is basically like, bro, send me some Bitcoin, or and that's, I think most of them are, want the money in cryptocurrency, but who knows? Whatever. Maybe some are like, we'll take cash. I don't know. But they're like, hey, give us some money, send it to my my Bitcoin wallet, or we're gonna release this data, and in the meantime, you can't use your computer, or it's also, and in addition, or alternatively, we're gonna wipe your drive and you're screwed. But here's the reason why ransomware doesn't typically work when wiping a drive, because your drive is going to be backed up. And if you're running a server or something like that, you have multiple contingencies, multiple backups, your daisy chain through AWS or whatever the hell's going on. I don't know. Not the tech guy, not the security guy. However, because the easiest way to get back control after ransomware is to say, no, delete and reinstall a fresh copy of whatever it is to run it. That's the best way to get through ransomware, unless they have saved data that you don't want released, which is typically could be, it also could be emails and personal, like if you got hacked as a social media company and they're like, we got all your usernames, passwords, or even they really wouldn't be able to, but they could. Anyway, so they get the passwords, they leak all that shit if you don't pay the bounty.
Let's dive into this as well, guys. So ransomware is a type of malware from cryptovirology that threatens to publish a victim's data or perpetually block access to it unless a ransom is paid. And it looks like back in 2015, the FBI reported that there was over $18 million taken from ransomware.
Doesn't seem like much.
It doesn't seem like much. However, if we're talking 18 million in 2015 and people were not nearly as heavily using the internet, and do you remember the conversation we had the other day about how banks just write off fraud if it's within certain dollar amounts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If the ransomware was smart enough to go for small dollar amounts, they would never be investigated, and the bank would basically be throwing away the money. But I mean, if you look at, for instance, 2020 with, amid COVID, like there's a shit ton of people using the internet. There is probably a ton of ransomware. I wonder if there's any statistics for that. But while I look that up, why don't you continue in reference to what happened with the oil pipeline?
Sure. So whoever this was, I forgot the name. Doesn't matter. It does, but it doesn't. For this case, for what I care about, it doesn't matter. They got some ransomware on their server. Dude didn't cough up the money. Whoever it was didn't cough up the money. Shut it down. Cost production of about 100 million barrels of oil. So, with this being said, oil was already, for a variety of different reasons, going to increase in price. Did this cause an increase in price on oil? I don't know. OPEC dictates the price of oil anyways, and so something like this they could account for. This is U.S. production as well, which I don't even know how much of that actually goes in the U.S., and if what it was going into before Biden was in office and what it's been going in after he was in office, because I know Biden and Trump ran a different game on that. So I don't know how long it takes to change those rules, regulations, what's been affected, what's happened. I don't know. This is what I know. And this is what I don't know, but this is what I assume. This is my first thought when I heard this was cyber attack, cyber warfare, and the lack of protection against it. And the first thought that came in my mind was cyber, defense, and intelligence. Now, it's no surprise to anybody who knows me that I believe that Obama, Biden, and Clinton's are a bit warmongering, right? And in their different ways. Not in a bad way, maybe. Not in a good way, maybe. So, I've been waiting to find out how this may possibly affect the war machine and when would be the right time. I saw they fired a missile off at an Iranian ship, and I was like, oh, is it time? Is it time to get into Raytheon or something like that? It wasn't, I don't think. But now, cyber defense, it's been declared a national emergency, right? So ransomware occurs. Is it from Russia? We don't know. What's it from? We don't know. So are they going to attack somebody? Who knows? Are they going to do their own cyber warfare? Are they going to find the picture of Putin on a bear that's naked and say, we'll release it if you don't stop messing around with Ukraine? I don't know. I don't know these things. I don't know how this works. But what I do know is that Booz, Allen, and Hamilton Holdings Group, I believe, is the #1 contract holder for cyber defense and intelligence, type contracts to the government. So when the government says, hey, we need someone to come out and make sure our computer's safe, they, roll out a contract, and a few different companies get that contract, and Booz Allen Hamilton is one of the #1 guys. Now, when Biden was getting into office, there was a chick, I'm going to screw her name up. Nobody, please, if you guys find me in a ditch, I did not commit suicide. Some chick named Flore, I don't know. You look it up, Google it. It was going to be Biden's pick for Secretary of State, Flouray, I believe. And she had direct ties to Booz, Allen, and Hamilton. Instead, it ended up being this other dude, right? Who's like a 4-star general or some stuff. But guess what? He's got ties too. And Booz, Allen, and Hamilton, I guess they don't have lobbyists. They're the #1. I don't know how this works. I skimmed through multiple different articles without reading a damn thing because I don't like to read, and I don't even like to skim for that matter. I just like to put my tinfoil hat on and say, gotcha, bitches. So my understanding is that Booz Allen Hamilton doesn't have lobbyists, and so it doesn't break there was some rule with Biden's administration. They were like, we're not going to hire lobbyists or people associated with lobbyists, but it turns out that this doesn't apply to them because they don't do lobbyists, which is odd since they have more government contracts in cybersecurity than any other company without lobbyists. I don't care what you fucking call it. I'm sorry. Look, you don't get to the, anyways, whatever. So the point is this: Booz, Allen, and Hamilton, chart looked good. They already have a bunch of government contracts. It's been declared a state of emergency. So my only fear with them is because they already have so many that when the new contracts come out, one, we won't see the actual result until earnings comes out, unless the news comes out and it's a big enough push. Two, that maybe they're too busy already doing government contracts and they can't handle anymore. Oh, see, now we got to do this thing every time because I messed up, but that's okay. And I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Let's see, dividend growth, and yeah, so 19% dividend growth and left behind by the market. Don't know what that means, other than the fact that if you look at all these other cyber defense people, it seems that they all kind of continued this trend upward, whereas this one did not, starting on January 21st. And I didn't look to see what that catalyst was. I think I took a quick glance and didn't see any major reason why, but there had to have been something there. Earnings, which they beat, so who knows? Earnings just still boggle the mind. But then it kind of rode here, and I just looked at this Mac Daddy too and said, "Hey, we got some room. We got some room to run, and have this baby catch up." A fair amount. I mean, at 83.
So how much did you say that it cost them on the oil again, though? As far as
I think it was 100 million barrels. Was the number I heard.
Like what was like the dollar value roughly? Okay.
I don't know how much barrels.
The reason I asked is because 2020 reported statistics were all averaging around 20 million in ransomware. So there wasn't a lot of increase in the amount that was, taken using ransomware. I mean,
they didn't get paid,
but yeah. So
I don't think they got paid on this, and that was the deal. See, here's the difference, right? So on one hand, you got small business owner, owns a business or doesn't. He's a manager, whatever. He's got a little bit of cheddar. He's got a little bit of, right there. And he looks at some underage, teeny bopper porn or some nonsense or whatever it is. He looks at, breast milk porn. I don't know whatever he's looking at, right? I don't know. And he's like, the computer pops in and they're like, "Gotcha, bitches. We're going to show this to your wife or your colleagues or the news or whoever." And he's like, "Oh my God." And they're like, "Give us 1 Bitcoin tomorrow at dawn, or we're releasing all this shit." And he's like, "Oh shit." Yeah, that's what it is now. All ransomware is down to Dogecoin. And so he pays him the Dogecoin, and then, it goes away because they don't have scruples, I guess. I don't fucking know. Who knows? But in this case, I think it was either an unreasonable demand that they're just like, "We don't negotiate with terrorists." Because as soon as it happened, it probably, dude was probably like, "Well, I'm fucked, and I just got to tell him what's up." And then it goes maybe the FBI or whoever, DHS is involved. I don't know. And they're there, and they're like, "Hey, bro, we don't negotiate with terrorists, so sorry. We're gonna show, your dick pics are coming out online. It's happening. You sent dick pics, they got it. You got the ransomware. We're gonna lose the barrels of oil. We're not giving these people a damn penny. We're just gonna hunt them down, find out who they are, and go to war with Russia." I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. This is what I know.
It's just funny because the variety of we'll go with paraphernalia that you're discussing.
It's a sensitive subject.
Sorry for your ransomware when it hits your computer. Oh my God, he's probably gonna be like, "You know what? Never mind. You already got enough problems.
I will ransom the ransomwares." I wouldn't even notice it. I'd probably just be like, "What? It's cancel. How do I work this thing? Uninstall everything."
Exit. Problem solved.
Whatever. And I think you gotta have like a little bit of notoriety, I think, for them to really get to you. Maybe not. I mean, they'll try. It's just like the Saudi prince thing. You know what I mean? Like they'll, at one point in time in a lot of people's lives, if they go in different regions, they're gonna see some stuff. I like to claim that I've never gotten a virus at all, but I downloaded a miner and it got picked up on a scanner, and I had to remove a little bit of malware. So it happens to everybody. But before then, I've been pretty much squeaky fucking clean on my devices ever since I stopped fucking with that wares, baby. That was years ago. Anyways, and I only do P2P on StarCraft now, so what do you want? Anyways, so Booz Allen Hamilton was a potential winner that I saw in this, and Raytheon, which I had already lined up as a potential winner on any other war exploits that occur. And that includes with we pulled from Afghanistan, I think. So I've been waiting on AFRICOM for years, which is the African American. It's basically our military in Africa. Like we have this whole division that handles it to protect our interest, which I assume is rare earth metals. Because they're only in China and Africa, so Africa seems like the safe place to try and get them from. Anyways, so Raytheon's always been a heavy hitter for me. It's odd though that they experienced the crash, right? That's not too odd, but that they experienced the June fake out like a bunch of other companies. Like what happened? I guess because they make jet parts too, I guess, but what happened in the idea of recovery where people who were investing thought, "Oh, COVID's over, you know, Trump said it was going to be over in 2 weeks, so it must be over, and we can buy Raytheon now." Like, why would you buy Raytheon because COVID was going to be over? I don't understand that, but that's because I'm stupid. But it's not back to pre-COVID levels yet. February 25th, 20th. So we're almost to pre-COVID, but not quite. So I think a lot of things that were going up, which this was, are going to continue that path once they kind of catch back onto it. And in addition to that, they're pretty high up there with cyber security, believe it or not. So they also, try and help people from ransomware, I guess. And they make drones, right? Isn't Raytheon? You wanna tell us? Well, you didn't even tell us about Booz Allen Hamilton. Tell us about about Booz.
I can't tell you about things when my computer is being held ransom.
Oh
right
shit!
Now, okay?
Oh no!
All right.
They found your feet pictures.
I can't,
They found your
All right.
Shibu.
So, Booz Allen Hamilton. Let's scroll down here. All right, we're gonna increase the size of this window so that my blind ass can see. Oh, that's not a lot of information. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Booz Allen Hamilton Holding Corporation engages in the provision of management and technology consulting services. It offers analytics, digital solutions, engineering, and cyber expertise. The company was founded by Edwin Booz in 1914 and is headquartered in McLean, Virginia. What the fuck type of technology were they using in 1914? Like, I mean, come on. Bastards didn't even have a computer then. Anyways, what's the next one that we're going over?
That'd be Raytheon RTX.
Raytheon RTX. Okay, yeah. No. That's ray tracing. Ray trace.
Yeah.
RTX. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
That's where the technology comes from.
Raytheon. Let's see. Now remember, we got to get these little shorts. Like you can clip these in like little potential 15, 30-second segments and throw these up as shorts so we can get some people,
You clip them. You got
informed.
You got video editing software.
Informed. No entiendo. Me habla solamente español.
Oh damn.
Okay. So let's get this up. Okay, so I got the whole segment up here. Oh, that's cool. Let's scroll up here. All right, this one's got a little bit more information, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready? Are we ready to go over this one? All right, here it comes. All right. Raytheon Technologies Corporation is an aerospace and defense company which engages the provision of aerospace and defense systems and services for commercial, military, and government customers. It operates through the following segments: Collins Aerospace Systems, Pratt & Whitney, Raytheon Intelligence and Space, and Raytheon Missiles and Defense. The Collins Aerospace Systems segment specializes in the aerostructures, avionics, interiors, mechanical systems, mission systems, and power controls. The Pratt & Whitney segment includes design and manufacture of aircraft engines and auxiliary power systems for commercial, military, and business aircraft. The Raytheon Intelligence and Space segment involves in the development of sensors, training, and cyber and software solutions. The Raytheon Missiles and Defense segment offers end-to-end solutions to detect, track, and engage threats. The company was founded in 2020 and is headquartered in Waltham, Mass.
Weird name for a town.
That's a new company, like just founded last year.
Wait, what? Raytheon was not founded last year. What's going on?
The company was founded in 2020.
No, it was not. Raytheon was
That's
not.
what it says. It
Oh my
says
God. Who says
2020.
that? Where are you reading that at? That's not true.
TradingView. I'm reading it on TradingView.
Not true. Raytheon
I'm just reading what's there, man.
No, somebody TradingView lied to you. Someone lied to you. You even read about the same company? What are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Look at this. With more than 100 years of experience. That's always the bullshit line when you don't have that many years in business.
100 years of experience. Do you know why? Because this guy's been working for 30. This guy's been working for 20. This guy's been working for 30. This guy's been working for 20. This guy's been working for 2 years. Altogether, we have over
1922. Raytheon was founded in 1922 as an American appliance company by three scientist engineers.
You need to reach out to your people. All right? Don't believe everything you read on Google. All right? I'm just saying. What you're telling people and what I'm telling them, one of us could be right and one of us could be really, really wrong.
I'm on Britannica.com, bro. You remember they had the books? Back when people had books? You know what a book is? You know what books are.
I got a thesaurus, motherfucker.
Yeah, Raytheon.
Yeah.
In Cambridge, Mass.
I don't know how to read it. No.
These guys are clicked up, man.
Don't ask me though. TradingView says 2020. Now I'm a little skeptical on the previous ones. On TradingView. If you pull up TradingView on the charts and you pull up RTX on the right side at the bottom, it says.
Look at that. Does that look like somebody who just started last year making this?
Maybe it's referencing the Raytheon missiles and defense segment.
No, they've been making missiles for more than a year or two.
Well, then I don't know.
Raytheon was flying missiles after 9/11.
Is this like Stark Industries?
Kind of, yeah. So there's some defense contractors that are pretty badass that are out there. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Spaywar. San Diego's real big in defense. Boeing is up there, but Raytheon is big. Look at this. Look at that robot. That's on Mars. They put that damn thing on Mars.
That's the Nevada desert. I've seen that.
Oh. Well, they're calling it Mars, so it must be a town in Nevada. I have no idea. Called Mars.
That's possible.
It's high in iron. These guys get down. Like
Mars, huh?
They are no joke. You want Raytheon on your side. I always, you got these people that look. I understand it. Okay, whatever. War sucks. Okay, it does.
Get to the point.
It's a horrible thing. But have you ever seen like the pictures of like the fleet, the naval fleet, or the Air Force, like they're rolling towards your country? Can you imagine you're the guy with like the lookout and you're looking out and you see like a small fleet, American naval fleet coming at your door, knocking at your door, some Raytheon technology? That's the point where you start making a white flag, take your damn shirt off, take your underwear off.
You don't need a white flag. You just need to be very smart on your lookout, and you need to have a flag for every single country so that when that country attempts to invade, you can just immediately throw up the flag and be like, we already took it, and then watch them go away, and then you just take it back down.
That's an excellent strategy. So I would not mess with these guys. Contactless passenger journey. Collins Aerospace. Yeah, all this is... Look, so here's the other thing, right, that we didn't have on the list, but we'll touch on real quick. So China fires off a rocket, a missile, a rocket, whatever, into space, right? And then this thing is like, it's broken. It's coming down. Where? We don't know. Lost track of it, right? And so this thing falls down in like the Indian Ocean or whatever. But for a while, nobody knows where it's going to come down. It's like 20 tons. And if this thing landed in like, what's the place where the office is from? Scranton, PA.
Scranton,
if it lands in Scranton, shit's gonna be pretty bad for that paper company. 20 ton rocket just falling down randomly. However, it makes you think that this is a serious thing. Like when Trump made Space Force, right? It's a joke, right? It's a funny fucking joke, and it is.
The series was hilarious.
That
I don't know what
series
you're
was
talking
hilarious, which ties into Office Space,
about.
coincidentally, because dude, what's his name? Office Space dude? Not Office Space. The Office. The
Are
guy.
you talking about the guy
Michael.
that plays Michael Scott?
Yes, whatever his name is.
Do you know his actual name?
Michael Scott? Is that right?
No, like the actor's name.
Yeah, I call actors by the film that I remember them the most from, that becomes their name for me. So Michael Scott is his name. Is that not his name? Michael?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you gonna tell me what his name is?
No, not
Okay.
after those comments.
Fine. So Michael Scott, right, is like the guy who's like head of Space Force, right? And it's hilarious. And it hits it right on the nose. But at the same time, and I make fun of Trump, Biden, I don't care. I make fun of all these people. But when Trump came out with Space Force, I was like, ha ha ha, that's fucking hilarious. But in all actuality, I was like, kind of like, oh, I'm glad somebody's doing it. I really thought just the Air Force or really the Navy should have been like handling that shit right out the gate already. But that's the thing. So, like if somebody launches like a missile, right? How it can only go so far. Like North Korea right now, they say can hit like the shores of California, the coastal or the coast of maybe New York. I don't know, like one of the coasts somewhere over there, right? However, China can hit anywhere. Russia can hit anywhere. Anyone who's got a damn rocket, you played Civ 6, right? Civ 5, Civ 3. Have you played against Gandhi? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know about Gandhi in Civilization 6,
Oh,
5,
no.
4, any of them?
Nope.
Anyway, so Gandhi
Nope.
gets really mad in Civ because I don't know what his damage is, but it's like a joke, I guess. Anyways, so once you get the ability to send a rocket into space, it's a huge accomplishment because now that rocket is in space, it can land anywhere on the fucking planet. Whether intentionally or by accident, China. Can pay attention to your damn rockets, China. Anyways, yeah, so China like lost a rocket and was going to land somewhere, and thankfully it didn't have like a nuclear warhead on it because you could just like put a nuclear warhead up in space and shoot it down anywhere on the planet. So it is actually a really good fucking thing that we got some space marines up there willing to like go oorah and shoot down some fucking rockets before they land in fucking Scranton, PA. Okay? There, I said it.
Wow.
Raytheon Technologies and cyber defense and ransomware. That's who I'm going with. I'm going with Raytheon, and I'm going with Booz Allen Hamilton.
I want to clarify for you that because it's really concerning to me that you don't know who Steve Carell is.
Yeah, Michael Scott. I know who that is. He plays Steve Carell in real life. Fully aware who he is. You know who he also is? He's also a modern day Noah.
40-year-old virgin.
Oh yeah, I guess that's probably a more popular one. It's the modern day Noah in Yes Man or something like that. Yeah.
Not Yes Man. Shit, which one was it? You have Bruce Almighty and then
God,
George
George Burns. Evan Almighty.
Right?
Yeah, Evan Almighty.
Yeah.
Which was the second one, wasn't it? That's funny.
Yeah. The third one was really dumb, and that was when they tried. They made a third one, and it was really dumb because they ended up using oh fuck, what was his name? He played Tarzan back in like the 90s.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about too. He
the
also
guy from the Mummy.
The Mummy guy. Yeah, that's what I was getting. He's in the desert.
I can't think of his name.
He's also Encino Man. You're talking about Encino Man.
Yes,
that's who you're talking about. I know who he is.
Exactly.
He's the
Brendan
caveman.
Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser. Oh my God, they really did make a third one?
Should not have been in that role, in my opinion.
How did I not know about it?
Yes.
So was the whole movie bad? I mean, most of his movies are bad. No offense. Hey, I know. I'm just okay. I think he knows what I'm talking about, right? I'm not talking to him anyways.
Yeah.
His movies are good in a bad way. Adam Sandler's movies are bad. Have you seen that Adam Sandler movie? It was like a jewel dealer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, that's rough. That's a rough movie.
That was like the ending was like, wow.
It was a great movie. A great movie.
Yeah.
And I love Adam Sandler, and I like Brendan Fraser, and I loved Encino Man, and I like Pauly Shore. So sue me.
Don't sue him. He's a financial advisor.
Please don't sue. None of us are financial advisors. And if you're a financial advisor and you're watching this, guess what, pal? You're not a financial advisor anymore either. Okay, moving on.
Take our advice,
Yeah, you're
idiot.
pretty much it. Speaking of taking our advice, so there's these two. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to do your transition on time now. Are you ready? Let's see if I can. Okay, ready? I've done the transition a few times because it automatically happens when I change camera angles. And so now we're going to do it. Boom! Transition.
Oh.
We're talking about Corsair Gaming, CRSR. You want to tell them who it is?
CRSR?
CRSR, Corsair Gaming Inc. That's what this headset is. This mouse right here. It's not what my keyboard is. I got a Logitech right now for the keyboard because Corsair wasn't in stock, and I wanted to get it that minute because
I'm waiting to see this transition.
I just did the transition.
Ooh, you need to extend the time on that. It's too fast. You have it at probably 1 millisecond, and it needs to be at least 2. You didn't set it the way I said. Bat. Okay. Corsair Gaming. Oh, look, this was established in 2021. Kidding.
Oh, transition.
Are you ready?
Wait.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Boom, transition. Go ahead.
Okay.
Boom.
Corsair Gaming Inc. Designs and supplies hardware components for personal computers. It operates through gamer and creator peripherals and gamer components and system segments. The gamer and creator peripherals segment offers gaming keyboard, mice, headsets, controllers, and gaming gear, including capture cards, stream decks, and USB microphones, studio accessories, and Epoch Cam software, which of course is what I'm using. Moving forward, let's see, as well as coaching and training services. The gaming components and system segments focuses on creating power supply units or PSUs, cooling solutions, computer cases, DRAM modules, pre-built and custom-built gaming PCs. The company was founded by Andrew J. Paul in 1997 and is headquartered in Fremont, California. And for those of you that don't know, Corsair owns Elgato. So everything that Elgato has, Corsair has, which is why they have the Stream Deck streaming software and blah, 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 blah. Long story short, yes, Epoch. I love it. This is why my picture is better than Jerry's.
Hey, wait a minute. What?
What happened?
What's wrong with what? My picture? What? I lost my
Mine
monkey.
is clear. Mine is clear.
I'm using
Yours?
Logitech. What's wrong with Logitech?
Everything.
I like my keyboard.
You have an iPhone for a reason.
Oh, yeah. For Clubhouse. But now I don't need it for Clubhouse because it's available on Android. So
But now you can use it for Epoch Cam.
yeah, I guess I could now that I don't care about that.
And
Can I now install it on Android and be done with this thing?
the Clubhouse?
Or return this damn thing and get an
mean,
I don't need another Android. I don't need 2 phones. I don't need all these
you gotta
phones.
keep the iPhone because it'll give you a better camera. You got to try the free version of the Epoch Cam first to decide if you want to do that or not. Because then you won't even need to still the miss as a DSLR. Anyway, so Corsair. Why are we talking about Corsair?
So we're talking about Corsair because I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. At some point in time in my life,
5,000 RGB. Like what are we? I'm looking at your notes here, and they're not making any sense.
So I got into Corsair.
Uh-huh.
I got into Corsair because of earnings. That's why. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Because
All right.
it looked 73%. Because why wouldn't they beat earnings?
I mean, there's no reason that they shouldn't, especially given everything with COVID and the fact that they own freaking Elgato Gaming. I mean, I got an Elgato green screen right over there. I got a Corsair Night Sword mouse, and I'm using the Epoch Cam app.
Yeah.
They're fucking everywhere. I use the Stream Deck app.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. These headphones.
Not an advertisement, by the way. I'm just saying they make good shit.
They do. I've been a big Razer fan most of my life, and I'm done with Razer. Done. I can't stand it. No offense, but I'm tired of it. And I've emailed them and messaged them, and I'm sick of it. I'm done. Their software ruined their product. Now, you can tell me all day long about how their product's not superior and this, that, and the other thing, and I don't care. It was good enough for me. It was good enough to get the job done. Their software ruined it. They suck at software. Sorry to the people who are involved in that. I apologize for being truthfully and honest, but it is, and I'm frustrated, and I'm tired of it, and I loved you guys forever. I owned Razer my entire life, and I'm done. All Corsair all day, baby. It would have been a Corsair keyboard too, but the one that was available sucked. And the Logitech was better, so I went with the Logitech. They had better Corsair keyboards, just I wasn't willing to wait because my Razer died finally, and that was the last Razer product I'll ever own.
So I'm kind of I have mixed vibes, guys. I got a lot of Corsair products, but I also have SteelSeries Pro headset and a SteelSeries keyboard. So I don't know. Like, Corsair's good. I would never, ever, ever, ever have a Corsair headset, though.
It's great. I love it.
No, wait, like the missus had the Void. I think that's what it was at one point, and it just the audio was way too quiet. Then maybe you have an old one that was good, but I don't know. We got it for the missus like a while back, and then we ended up returning it and just went with the Astro A20s, with another good brand. But even the Astro A20s, in my opinion, the audio is just way too quiet on those wireless headsets. So I'm sticking with the old-fashioned wired headset because, you know what? I love them. Great quality. 7.1 DTS works great in games. Fuck you. All right. But what are we talking about Corsair for?
So they had earnings coming up.
To invest in? I mean, what? So like, we're getting off top.
So look, they went up. They went up. Last earnings. I mean, look at
a lot.
Not last, but this earnings. They 106%, and this thing went through to the moon, right?
Yeah,
and then the next one,
Doge.
It beat earnings and it fell through the floor, you know. And the next one's coming up, and I'm just looking at this, and I'm like, well, it went up, and then it consolidated, and it went up, and then it hit earnings, and it dropped. Sure. So I'm predicting this right here, basically, is being the potential down here. It consolidated, and I'm just on the chart, just on liking Corsair, using it, owning it, knowing that it's going to be around. If I have to be long term on it, I'm okay. It's Corsair. I'll be all right.
I mean, so just the company Elgato alone, it should never have any issue of not doing well.
Right.
I mean,
it was after earnings.
It's ridiculously expensive right now. So yeah.
I think I got in here, I didn't own it that long. No way. So yeah, I got in here after earnings, and it already had ran up, and I was like, this thing's running, and I chased is basically what happened, and then I jumped the hell out. And maybe it's going to go up later. I don't know. But so here's what happened, right? I'm in it, and it's not doing anything, and I'm really hoping this thing's going to go somewhere. I'm like, what's the news? What's the news? Come on, give me some news. Here's the news. The 5000D. In fact, let's just go ahead. Can we copy this here? Is this, where's it? There's the damn thing out here. Oh, yeah.
That's 5000X.
Oh, yeah.
Not D.
Oh, the 5000. We need the D, right? It's a new one that they just released. Have you seen it? Oh, baby, look at that. That's what they came out with. Here's the big news to push the stock. But I guess it was.
They came out with a case. A company that already makes computer cases came out with another case.
Came out with this case.
And this is big news.
Seems like just a fine case, but I feel like
what you're looking at the 5000X.
Yeah.
Not the 5000D.
Oh, my bad. Let's see.
So, in order for me to be impressed, I need to know what you're attempting to look at.
There we go. This is the one.
Tempered glass, 5000D, mid tower, ATX PC case, white. I mean, it's got 3 slots for some SSD drives.
What I saw
in the
at
back,
4,
which is kind of nice, but
standard.
But what's so exciting? Like, what makes you think this case is gonna like revolutionize this stock to make it jump back up?
I bought the stock before the news release came out about the case.
Okay, but you're pretty confident that this case is gonna help?
I sold at a loss.
Then Why are we talking about?
Because I'd like to explain to people, first off,
It's an advertisement. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, if you're into Corsair, go ahead and hit my affiliate link. Let me
the
type this in.
5000D.
I don't really have one. At Corsair.com.
But don't buy the stock. So I'm just showing it because it is an interesting thing. It's something that was fresh on my mind that I got in, and I thought it was hilarious because, and look at this, like I wasn't the only one. What is this? The 10th? When did this news come out? This came out on the 6th. So there's been no news since then, but we're talking here 6th occurs, and it's like, oh yeah, it dropped.
Like,
it's the 5th, and there's the news. Here's the stock, and it touched where I got it, and they're like, yeah, here we go, and we're coming out with a brand new case, folks. Sell, sell, sell. That's it. That's the news on Corsair.
I mean, it's not necessarily bad news, but it's not necessarily good news either.
Definitely not great news, that's for sure. It's not this kind of news. This isn't happening.
If you want to talk about news, I mean, I was looking at GE because based off of the Mac Daddy, I mean,
oh my God, don't tell me. The Mac Daddy's broken on my screen here.
It could be broken, but I was looking at GE earlier because I was looking at a couple different stocks, and they've kind of gone through a little bit of a downfall, and they're at the point where it should be turning around. And even if you get in right now around like the 13 and it happens to cap out around like 14, if you're lucky, I mean, that still wouldn't be too bad. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. I bought into GE recently, somewhere in this range. It dropped down. I averaged down to reduce my cost, and then I sold when it jumped up. So somewhere probably right around here. I caught like I had like halved my loss basically. I lost like 1% or some shit. Didn't get what I wanted out of it whatsoever, and I'm glad I got rid of it because it was somewhere in this region, and that's like March, and look, it's May now. That's 2 months. I can't. And everyone was like, well, it's oversold, it's overbought, just and it looks, I don't know.
I think we hit a nerve, guys. This is good.
It is a nerve. Look at that earnings. Look at that. 123%. I like a penny here. And look at it. And it's nothing. I don't.
All right.
Enough of GE.
So moving on to from GE as well as from Corsair, which again, I mean, we can agree. I mean, comment down below. If you guys watch the video later, let us know your opinions on Corsair because I'm a fan just because I like Elgato and I love my Corsair mouse. Which, by the way, the new Corsair Saber mouse, it's not as cool as the old one. So I don't even know why they came out with it. But
this is comfortable though.
Yeah, I got the Corsair Night Sword.
I have the Void Pro, and I have whatever. I don't want to pull up IQ to see what this is, but it's got a nice weight to it. It feels well. It was uncomfortable for a while.
Well, work on that. Next on the list is apparently we're going over mining and the DNN.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't like these guys.
So,
like at first, like if I only held it for like 2 to 3 days, would have been fine. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on?
Well, I got rid of it. I took a small profit today. I still think it's going to continue trending in the direction I thought, but it was supposed to run between these two channels was my guess. A lot of times my guess is that it goes in it, but these were set up for it to actually run in between. And it wasn't. It was breaking below that line. And some of the other possibilities were one that I was going to ride it all the way down here, which for the amount of profit I was trying to gain didn't make sense. I didn't look at my potential exit until after I got in, which is a huge mistake, and I shouldn't have done that. But I was super stoked on, just like, oh, this thing's going up, man, and it's gonna get an increase. And look at that, 53%. It did not. It did not get it.
Earnings.
Yeah. So off the estimate on that. So You want to
Let's
tell
give
them who they
people a
are?
little bit of a backstory. Absolutely. Denison Mines Corp engages in the exploration and development of uranium. It has interest in McLean Lake Uranium Mill Zone and Husky deposits on the Waterbury Lake property. The company operates through the following segments: mining, closed mines, and corporate and other. Then the company was founded on May 9th, 1997, and is headquartered in Toronto, Canada. That's
So
it. That really doesn't have a lot of information.
it's Canada, right? And we've already
Right.
established that Canada
Does well.
tends to win.
Yeah.
So it went pretty high up here, you know? I mean, that is like, ooh, and I needed a gamble, and it wasn't a bad gamble. It was a gamble if it wins, but it wasn't going to be too bad if it got out. But it turns out it was if I got out here. So I had to reset that. And it just, so here's the thing. It went all the way up. And if you look on the Mac Daddy, this line's way up here, right? And then it falls, but it doesn't give it all back, right? It's still riding around, that sell line right here. Like it's touching this stuff, but it's right in here, and it's staying here. It's like it's consolidating. You got red, and a little bit of green, red, and a little bit of green, and I didn't see red coming in again for a little bit. I seen some green. That's what I saw. I saw this thing jumping up at least to here, at least to this spot. And I still think that it's going to, but I couldn't chance it. In fact, I think there's a good chance it's going to run in the direction of this red line. I think it was going to go up and then hit back down and, kind of stay on it, maybe dip below it. But this look like the path for at least the foreseeable future to here. From this point, I don't know. I don't know what the hell happens. But for its path to get here, there's a chance it could even go up higher. I wasn't going to risk that. I was going to get out here. I don't remember why it was originally on my list, other than I would think I was probably looking for a mine. I was looking for some value. I was looking for
Probably because we
mine.
were
the AMS
joking about the Australian.
Yep, AMSLF, I believe, Australian Mines Ltd. Which, by the way, if we had purchased at the time when we were talking about it, which I think would be right around here, it would be at the exact same damn price, pretty much. Right?
Let's see. AMSLF. Let me pull this one up in Robin.
I don't remember when we were talking about this thing, but it's what's
Ladies
it doing?
and gentlemen, I now own the company. No, I'm kidding.
And they call it a mine.
Robinhood can't even find them.
Probably not. No, it's OTC. You can't get OTC on Robinhood, which is
I'm
probably
just
the best.
Like, I can't own them. What's going on?
And it's OTC stock, and it's one of those. I mean, it's basically a gamble. And if I was going to gamble on something, it just wasn't going to be them. Like they could disappear. I wanted an Australian mine. Oh, is that it? Is Denison in Australia? No, it's in Canada.
That's Canada.
Did they have operations in Australia?
Let's go to their website and find out. Because I remember we talked about how they weren't really Australia wasn't really caring about the environmental help.
Yeah.
So let's see. Denison reports results Q1 2021. No, it looks like it's just way up above Saskatchewan. But 280,000 hectares or heck areas for prospective exploration. But it doesn't have anything that I see that shows listed in Australia.
It looks like it's Canada. But it was Canada. Important. I mean, uranium is important, right?
Yeah.
Don't they need that for
that war machine terms?
Is it for war? Yeah. I think I kind of went into when we started going value, we started going infrastructure. Like there's infrastructure and there's war that I'm looking at right now. And I hope that we don't go to war, but I feel like we're going to be like spending money and
Well, Most people, if they can find value in it in reference to how they can raise the economy or, for instance, get capital gain, they're going to do whatever they want, especially those that are in power. So who knows? However, that's for a subject at a different time, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else on the mining other than it didn't do as we projected,
It
and
did.
it's
It
only
actually
in
it did.
Canada.
No,
Did
it's.
it?
I mean, it's.
I mean, it did in like the first 2 days. Like when you mentioned to me, like, yeah, you should get it, and I got in on it. Like, if I would have
Mic
sold it like
off.
the next day, I would have had a profit. But I held on to it, I think, for like a week,
Mic
week and a
on.
half. Like I didn't lose
Mic
much.
off.
I only
Mic
lost like
on.
3 cents a share, but it was a good amount of shares. I'm still positive though, so I mean,
Well, so the thing with them is I expected it to go through this channel, and not only did I expect it to go through the channel, but I was expecting the candles to be about this distance,
yeah, the graph lines, got it.
and to be in these placements. So I expected it
Okay.
up, and it went down, and I expected it down here, but it was up from there, but still at that point. And at that point, I was like, okay, there's a chance it's going to follow this red line. And if it does, I'm going to be down for a few days. I'm going to be waiting, and I got to take an exit point one of these days. I still think there's a good chance that it's going to run up in here in the next couple of days, but I couldn't risk it. And I needed the money to go in a different direction. And I mean, I got in, and then I think it dropped a little bit, and I averaged down. I got some more, didn't really average down from it, but I got some more on average. And then also look at this, like this light green, it could go up higher. I don't know. Just that I wasn't expecting this either, and I was expecting the jump sooner. See right there, I was expecting it to hit that right there. In fact, I think at one point I had even reset my limit and was going to shave some off at around this point, expecting it to at least touch it in the course of the day, and it didn't.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why he is the greatest financial advisor you will ever not have.
None of
Because he
us-
is not one.
None of us are financial advisors. Don't even do the
I was
opposite of what we.
clarifying. I
Don't
was
even do the
clarifying
opposite of what we
that
say
you
because
are the
none of us
greatest
know.
non-financial advisor. Just calm down, all right?
All right, we
Jeez.
need a transition. We need a transition.
I was getting to the point. All right, but we're going to transition from the DNN, and
Don't listen to him.
is going to bring us to Elon and Doge.
Elon.
Sorry,
What are you,
Elon.
South Africa? Or
That's
something?
not how you said. That's Elon,
Yeah, it probably is. That
not Elon.
So, Dogecoin is an
But whatever.
interesting story, and as I'm sure everybody and their mother knows, that on Mother's Day, Saturday Night Live, just
How
Dogecoin
many
lines. Ah!
like fucking like memes there were about Mother's Day, buy your mother Doge, like the memes, and I'm just like, wow.
Well, because
Yeah.
he made the joke that he's getting her Dogecoin. She asked what it was. So Elon Musk comes out and says that he's got Asperger's syndrome. My son, which you might have heard, I don't know if the audio cut him out, was asking me if I'm going to be streaming for a while longer. He has Asperger's, and I thought I had heard something about Elon having it, but I hear a lot of people say it. Like I hear, it's not something I ever paid attention to until it was directly affecting my life. And once it became directly affecting and, close to my life, then I hear people all the time. They're like, oh yeah, I got autism too. Okay, we all do. Sure. And I think that's what I heard, something about like Elon's got autism, like a long time ago. Like, sure, he does. He's, crazy billionaire genius. Of course he does.
I mean, you got to think about it, though. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, like even for instance, like my kid is autistic, and the funny thing is that they still can't find what causes it, but there's a couple of key things to keep in mind. One, it very much tends to be a hereditary thing. So thanks, Mom. No. But the other thing to look at too, though, is most people that are pretty highly recognized in music, even for instance, in building things like Da Vinci, like there's been articles that have been published that they highly expected these individuals had, autism and had those traits because they show those traits in their personality and in their work. And it makes sense. So, I mean, even with Elon Musk having it, for instance, like I'm perfectly fine with that if it's true.
So that's the thing.
I mean,
that's the thing. There's all these articles like, oh yeah, Da Vinci had it, or this or that, or and maybe some of it's true. But like a lot of things in life, you see a lot of bullshit, And so anyways, That's what I had thought when I first heard it. And then he said it on Saturday Night Live, because of course I watched it, because I've been staring at this damn chart for the previous 2 days, drawing every single line. I couldn't find my push pins to draw the lines and trying to connect this to the mines and all. That's what the mines had. Anyways, so I'm sitting here watching this, and he goes on and he's like, yeah, I have Asperger's. And like, I don't think anything of it because I thought that I'd heard it previously. But then I pay attention. I'm like, oh my God, how did I not like notice this? I mean, obviously he does not do the same things my kid does. I mean, it's not, multiple different people with autism. They don't all do the same thing. It's not like, oh, they have this and now they do this with their finger. That it's not how it works, But there are little things like the way he moved when his mom gave him a hug and he kind of was like, oh, there you go. Like, I'm done, And then when he went through the crowd and he was kind of like, yeah, I'll shake my hand, but, kind of give me some space. Just, I don't know, just little things that I was like, as I watched it, I was like, holy shit, how did I not notice this before? And probably because, and maybe not, but maybe because one, he said it and I'm paying attention, and two, but because he was in an uncontrolled environment. Whereas all the other times on camera, damn well this guy has control of the situation. The cameras are where he wants them to go. Like at least his publicist or PR person's telling him, you go here, you go there, you enter here, this happens. He's fully aware of exactly what's going to happen. So even though it's not,
nothing's left to chance or change.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And so there's no chance of it being, like it's not episodic, you call it, whatever you want to call it, that that's out of the window. He has full control of the situation, knows what's going to happen. Saturday Live, not the case. 1, it's live TV. 2, it's not his environment. 3, it's a bunch of fucking comedians. Comedians are erratic and like playing jokes and shit. And so it's probably a lot of fucking anxiety. But the funniest thing, I think one of the funniest things I fucking heard about this was on Twitter, it was on YouTube. I don't know where it was, but multiple people posting, oh yeah, he said he has autism because he doesn't want people so that way people won't say that he bombed on his jokes. So yeah, a billionaire comes on TV on Saturday Night Live and decides to tell everyone he has autism so that if his jokes fail, people will feel sympathy for him. How fucking stupid do you have to be to think that? I'm sorry. That's just the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard of.
I mean, it kind of goes in, and this could be, slightly off topic, but kind of still on it. It's the same thing as like when you're talking to another kid's parent, and then you mention is like, oh, well, my child's autistic, and then they're like, oh, he doesn't look autistic. Oh, how's he supposed to look?
Yeah, he doesn't. You didn't put the autism sign on his head.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I don't know. It's one of those things, and whatever about it, but so it makes sense, and I'm less afraid of him being an evil villain now. Like there's a thought of with Elon, he could be like Tony Stark, or he could be that guy from Spider-Man. The bad
Luthor
guy.
Could
Lex Luthor. He could be Lex Luthor.
Autistic. We don't know.
Could be.
We really don't know.
Oh my God, maybe he could
be a
villain.
We don't have a lot of background with that. I mean, he's a very intelligent guy. And a lot of people with high functioning autism are very intelligent individuals.
See, and people say that too. I don't know if it has a determination on intelligence. I also think it's a part of evolution, but that's another story altogether. Come back to that another time.
Oh, sorry.
But he did push Doge, so everybody was waiting, right? Everybody's on there. They're like, oh, Elon, please talk about Doge. Please mention Doge. In the first few minutes, he makes the joke about Doge. He makes the joke about Doge with his mom. He does another bit. He mentioned Doge like 3 or 4 times in that damn episode. way more than I expected. There was a high probability it wouldn't even get mentioned, or if it did, just the once. It got mentioned on the gift for Mother's Day. It got mentioned on all these different things. And then it got mentioned afterward with we're sending a rocket, we're sending like a satellite into the moon, to the moon or around the moon or something with the moon and Dogecoin in the same sentence and an actual physical rocket and cryptocurrency going into space and tying those all together in some elaborate, ingenious plot of the first cryptocurrency into space supposedly, and it being Dogecoin. Even with all that, this thing continues to take, like, everything was going great into here. Now, see these orange lines. At this point, it's the orange and the yellow, and the blue was preempting, but it wasn't near the blue yet. And when it started coming down here, I was like, oh my God, I'm going down to the blue, but it happened too fast. The drop was very fast, and I knew it was going to sell. I was going to sell. I was going to sell before.
Anyone who had it should have sold it on the 7th.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing is I had bought it and I had sold it and I'd bought it and I'd sold it and I'd bought it and I'd sold it. And the last time I think I bought here and I bought here, and was gonna, I don't remember which one of these are actually accurate now, but I was gonna get rid of it at 78. I think I had a limit at 72, which was the same as my last one. When I realized that 78 was gonna be pushing it, I think I redid my my limit at 72, removed the stop because I had already actually I didn't think I had a stop on this, but yeah, there's no stop limit. But the thing on it is it's still going to go up. The question is where is it going to go up, and how long is it going to take to get there? And in between that, how rough is the ride going to be? Because just like anything else, and this will upset a lot of people who are into cryptocurrency. And what are you doing selling? You're supposed to hold it until it gets to the moon. Man, I want to get rich. Man, I can't be getting rich holding on to Dogecoin.
If you look at it this way, I mean, like we mentioned when we were having this, we had a slight discussion before the stream, guys, when we were talking about this, and was it just a month and a half, for Dogecoin was 8 cents?
Yeah,
on the dollar?
About that, I think. Let's see.
Like somewhere pretty close to that, like maybe 13 cents or something.
6 cents on April 21st.
Okay, so April
less
21st,
than a month ago.
If you had this a month ago at 6 cents on the dollar, and you put $100 into it, and happened to have held on to it until May 7th and sold it as it just barely hit.
Good luck with that, but yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, what do you mean good luck with that? I mean,
well, it's tough. It's tough to call the absolute top. I told you, I messaged you and was like 72. I was like 62 or whatever it was to 7. I think 72.
I know that nobody could tell, like, where the top was. I'm just saying, like, from a hypothetical, like, if you did this could have been a really good outcome. Realistically,
oh, yeah.
I mean, especially considering, I mean, you're originally spending 6 cents on the dollar, and then when you actually go to sell it, I mean, you're essentially making, let's say, like a 92-cent profit. So, I mean, you're essentially making like $920 if you originally had spent, that money in. So, I mean, that's one hell of a jump. But that's also the assumption, and that it still goes against those people that are like, yeah, you got to hold on to it. Well, no, I need to make money because I got bills and shit, and I want to pay those bills, and I want to retire comfortably. So no, I'm not going to hold your hand. But I mean, it did make it, like, it took a hell of a trip, though. I mean, even with the drop, it's still nowhere near that 6 cent marker. If you got in back then at the 6 cents, I mean, that's still 45 cents right now a share. I mean, it's still doing pretty damn good considering if you had it back then. Oh, you didn't sell, did you?
No, I'm not selling. I'm not selling. So and here's why I'm not selling, right? I scalped it.
Got it. Okay.
All day long, and I made some money, right?
Okay.
And then I realized that Saturday Night Live or whatever so here's the thing, right? Saturday Night Live just pushed out more knowledge about Dogecoin, which hopefully gets more people interested in cryptocurrency. I like Dogecoin because of the exposure it can give to the rest of the world about cryptocurrency in general. I'm not a big Dogecoin fan. I own it. I'm going to sell it and make a profit on it. I will not take a loss on it. I like Ethereum a lot, though. I love blockchain. I like Ethereum. I think I might start liking Cardano pretty soon. I'm in some Bitcoin. There's a few that I like, right? And there's a potential EOS. There's a few out there that are really interesting. Mana, MANA, which is Decentraland. They have this whole like virtual thing. You get real estate. It's a whole thing. We'll cover that one day. But Dogecoin being used now for that satellite going to the moon, and Elon sticking with it, and then all the people that are going to get turned on to it that are going to come in later, they weren't going to buy first thing. They wouldn't know how. It's going to take people a minute to figure out how to do this. They need to talk to their grandkids. They need to talk to their kids, which is good. Dogecoin's bringing families together. Okay, it's getting.
I mean, it was
the dad who went out for cigarettes is coming back.
Mom.
Dad's coming back. He's like, I got my cigarettes. Tell me how to buy Dogecoin, son. You know, they're coming back.
That's a bit of a sensitive subject.
Hey,
Woo!
I'm just saying, man, it's happening. This is
after
all.
They showed him how to buy it, he was gone again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, after he sells it low. But so the big joke is can Dogecoin make $1, right? And maybe Dogecoin stays at $1, but I think Dogecoin's going to pass $1. I don't know how long that's going to take. Definitely, I'll be able to get out of my entry points and make a profit. I'm not afraid of that happening. I need to redraw 30,000 lines to get some decent predictions, but I believe that we are likely following at this point this one. I'm pretty confident that we run in there, so I may be in it a little bit, and I'm okay. If this was Corsair, I was not willing to I took the loss on Corsair. I'm like, I'm out of here. You guys are making a case. I'm done. Take the money and leave. I'm done with this. I took a loss on something else today. I was like, I don't care. DNN, the mine. I'm like, oh, a little bitty profit. Don't care. Done with you. Dogecoin's a joke. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll invest long term with Dogecoin.
But it's a good joke. I mean, it's something that
joke.
I mean, even Elon Musk, like he must have a small portion. You know, when I say small portion for him, like he obviously has some in on this, and it's just super, super funny because I mean, even with the meme, we're riding Doge to the moon. It's like, well, of course, someone like him is being the spokesperson. That's perfect.
It is. It is perfect, isn't it?
Perfect. He's high half the time. His goal is to get high. Did you not watch his when he did the
Yes, I watched the episode. Did you watch the whole thing or just a clip?
Did I watch the whole thing? Of course I did.
I don't know.
That I would watch that?
It was great. You don't watch that?
Of course I would watch that.
Oh, okay. Good episode.
But I don't know. Like it's.
He made that. Did you watch the Saturday Night Live episode too? Because he makes the joke on that too about how now everyone thinks he's high all the time. He's like, I'm running around podcasts smoking pot on every podcast.
I mean, it would make him comfortable.
Probably, yeah. I mean, there's probably a good chance. And he could totally get away with the Bill Clinton didn't inhale business because he was just like.
I may have went to that podcast, but I did not inhale.
Yes. Now that's what I want to see. I want to see Bill Clinton on Joe Rogan's podcast smoking the ganja. I want to see that shit.
Great. That would be fantastic.
So yeah, I'm in Doge. I expect it to be past $1. I wouldn't be surprised if one day it made it at 10. I wouldn't be surprised if it stays at $1. But I am fairly confident at this point in time of Dogecoin not only reaching $1 and touching it, which I thought after the Saturday Night Live it would do, but I am fairly confident at this point of Dogecoin staying around $1 and making its moves, maybe going up to 5 or 3 and then down. But think about it as well. You're talking a lot of money to get Dogecoin up to like $2 or even $1 from this point.
I mean, that's a lot of money just to get it from 6 cents up to 40 cents. So, I mean, the fact that it was this close to hitting $1, even if it was for that short-lived moment, that's like an astronomical amount of people pouring money
Yeah, to a
into
joke.
Doge.
I
Even
love
if
it.
it was for a joke,
It's not
that's still
a joke.
a lot of money to be poured into it. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what we're going to be looking at here next, though, after Doge is going to be the CNA Financial Corp. And I apologize. I'm going to run and go grab me some coffee again real quick because I'm out and I like coffee. And then I will go over what CNA Financial Corp is if you want to fill people in on why we're going over this, because this is going to be a lot to read. It's not that much, but it's a lot. Oddish. No. I'll read it when I get back, but you have to go over why we're talking about them.
I'm gonna breeze through a few of them, and then you can speed lightning round them. Yep. So,
They're financial corporations. All right, the end.
yep. So,
I'll be right back.
growth is not dead by any means. I think everybody knows that, but it does have its moments, and there are good things, and there are bad things, and blah blah blah. Financial stocks should be looked at. It is a wise thing to do. It is majorly boring shit. I do not have a tinfoil hat reason for looking at these. It is just some. Oh shit, where is it? FNA. I don't think that's the right ticker. Yeah, well, I guess one of them's off the list just because. No, I don't know. That's gone. Whatever. Good. We don't have to do one of them. Now we can just do CNA. Perfect. CNA Financial Corp. Let's take a look here what we got. So $48 on the hour, barely any movement on the day, little bit, pretty consistent, continues to climb. Beat earnings, not by much, but beat earnings, gapped up. So I did not get into this. I've been watching it. I need to get some financial. I need to get some banks involved, but this appears to be, I don't know, it looks like it's oversold, right? I mean, it looks like a reckoning is coming. And I don't know though. I don't know. Let's see what was it doing before COVID. So it had one of these. Dive and then up. So it's doing, is that June? June. Anyways, the fake June breakout. It's back to about pre-COVID right about now. And so who knows? Who knows where? Maybe it continues on its path. It was headed down and it's going up. Maybe it's going to go down. Maybe it's going to go down. And if it goes down, I guess the question is, where is it going? How far is it going? And if it goes down, is it worth getting in because it's going to continue to go up? Looks like from this point to that point, it's COVID. You can't trust COVID. Got to go here. And a little too tough to tell. I mean, this is a huge time span, right? January 2018 to October. That's almost an entire year of it going down. So honestly, now that I'm looking at this, and a lot of this stuff I don't look at until we start streaming. And now that we are looking at it, I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of CNA Financial Corp. I was considering looking at it if it took a pretty heavy dip that I may want to buy the dip, but I don't know. So I don't even know if I guess we'll have him read this nonsense when he gets back. Was there some news maybe? I feel like it was brought up by somebody for me to look at, and I looked at it and was like, ooh, maybe. But the more I look at this right now, quarterly report, Q1. Oh, that was the other thing. To go back real quick on something that I forgot, and that was RTX in the news. I was looking at the different potential winners for the cybersecurity, and RTX had a block trade, 2 million shares at 85 on the 7th. And so that was the reason why of all the different cyber defense companies that were out there, Booz Allen was the top, and so they were a given. And then RTX came into play because they weren't the top, but they have other aspects of the war machine. And that block trade was like, ooh, they knew about the ransomware. I don't know. So I got the RTX. But now that I see him peeking around the corner doing yoga, CNA, we've decided that I don't like it anymore and wish that I had never brought it up. FNA doesn't even appear to exist. They must have went out of business and they deleted all.
Seriously?
I have the ticker wrong, I think, and don't care too much about it.
Oh.
I never really wanted to have it on here, but it's a good idea to have something sensible, right?
I mean,
Raytheon's pretty damn sensible.
That's what Tyson's for.
Yeah, Tyson was sensible, right?
Yeah, they were also honest. So I mean, if you need something like that, then we'll go with that.
Need something in the financial sector. Still do.
Oh, no, I can't think of any that I'd be able to recommend. Maybe is Robinhood publicly traded?
No, but they are set to IPO. It is part of the plan that Robinhood was going to IPO because it's a big joke that when it comes out, Wall Street Bets is going to do their first short and try and short the Robinhood stock, but it's going to fall anyways. So because it's an IPO, and I don't know that whole conversation. So you want to tell us who CNA is? And
I mean, does it matter if you don't like it? It doesn't.
I don't like it. I thought I did. I thought that it would drop and then I would like it. It's just
Here
not.
It comes.
I'm still looking for a financial stock, and I don't know. I don't think it's it.
CNA Financial Corp operates as an insurance holding company. Its products primarily include commercial property and casualty coverages, including surety. The company's services include risk management, information services, and warranty and claims administration. The firm operates through property and casualty operations and outside property and casualty operations. The property and casualty operations comprises of 3 segments: specialty, commercial, and international. The specialty segment provides professional, financial, and specialty property and casualty products and services. The commercial segment includes property and casualty coverages sold to small businesses and middle market entities and organizations primarily through an independent agency distribution system. The international segment underwrites property and casualty coverages. The outside property and casualty operations consist of 2 segments: life and group and corporate and other. The life and group segment includes the results of the individual and group long-term care business that are in runoff. The corporate and other segment, it's kind of already stupid because it says corporate and other, involves in the corporate expenses, including interest on corporate debt and the results of certain property and casualty business in runoff. The company was founded in 1897 and is headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. What are you swearing about?
Sorry. Never mind.
No. We need to know.
I'm just looking at GM and United Airlines.
Don't do it. You brought them up again, you son of a bitch.
That's because they lost fucking money. I've been trying not to look at them because today is not a day that I'm going to sell on any of that stuff, whether it was up or not. And so I just got to ignore it. And didn't mean to bring it up, but fuck CNA, I'm just not with it. It's not the financial thing that I want.
GameStop's down 11% today.
Yeah, GameStop's not treating me very well, but GameStop I'm not too worried about unless it is unless it goes low enough to buy in. Interesting.
It's listed as you should sell, 67% sell.
You can't believe that shit. Not on meme stocks. Can't believe it. Only when it confirms your own bias can you believe it. Now,
ooh, Nintendo's up.
Is it? So Disney. Every time I remember Disney, it's kind of like, oh, I forgot about Disney. Disney's been on the radar for a little while.
Yeah, because they
Ooh,
reopened.
looking pretty good. Look at that. See, like we were just talking about with CNA, how overbought it is. Ooh, maybe not. Look at all that. All this. I need it to go down a little bit. Historically, it goes under a little bit and takes this big dive. When is this? February 21st?
See how distracted we are, guys? Squirrel!
Squirrel! Shiny!
But you're getting your due
Shiny.
diligence.
Disney, shiny. Not on Disney, we're not. We're not getting no due diligence other than the fact of recovery, which is what we're moving into on the next one on the
I
list.
apologize. I forgot to tell you guys. This podcast is brought to you in part by Walt Disney and Disneyland Entertainment. No, I'm kidding.
It's brought to you by Coors Light. What's up?
Yeah.
So I do not drink Coors Light. Got my natty ice. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that.
Okay, so we're going over Coors.
Coors
TAP?
Light.
TAP is their ticker.
Yeah, TAP. Right?
Yeah,
Isn't that
TAP.
awesome?
Yeah, you got your Coors on tap.
Hey,
all right,
good
I
ticker.
like it.
Good ticker. Definitely college beer, right? Very popular. And a lot of college circles.
I don't like it, but it's popular.
I don't either. Well, it's also I don't mind Coors. I don't like light beer of any kind.
What about Corona?
Corona Light is the only light beer that I would touch.
What about Michelob Ultra?
Oh, is that a light beer? I like Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, I'm just
I'll drink
throwing
Michelob Ultra. Yeah, I'll drink that for sure. Yeah, not bad. I like. Hey, I survived off MGD for a while. I worked at this sales floor in New Jersey. These guys, scam artists. They're scam
When's the last time you've had a 40 ounce of Old E?
Not that long. I mean, it's a while ago, but like 10 years ago or something, I bought one just for like the nostalgic of, ooh, a 40 ounce of Old
And then
E.
you drink it and you're like, this is fucking
horrible. Oh my God. It was so bad. I didn't drink it. I just let it wasted it. That's why I like Natty Ice. No offense to that, which is owned by Budweiser, I'm pretty sure, Anheuser-Busch. But it's my shit beer. Like I can take a sip of it and leave the can there and not drink the rest of it, and I don't care if I throw it out. Now, if I did that with, like a Trappist or something, or a nice beer, I'd be like, motherfuckers, like I'd be pissed. Even at Guinness, I'd be upset. I like Guinness, but
I don't know.
Like something like that, I'd be like, damn it, I wasted like a good beer. But if it's Natty Ice, like that's the thing. Like I don't care. It's just whatever. Water. That's all it is. Water. That's my water intake. Hydro, homie. That's my hydro.
You're drinking the wrong water.
So
H2O.
we got earnings, right? 110%.
Not surprising.
Right? And then they didn't beat right there. So, I mean, they have a lot to contend with, but just like Anheuser-Busch, pretty sure Coors is gobbling up as many microbreweries as they can. They run this beer market for years, and then microbreweries kind of take off, and people are into good tasting beer, and they're like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
The
keyword there, guys. Good tasting beer.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
Like
making sure we're getting that due diligence out there.
Boddington's I like Boddington's. I don't care.
Boddington's Pub Ale is amazing.
You like it? Good. Yeah, see, I love that shit, right? It's a good.
And the fact that it comes with the bobber to keep it nice and fizzy, and if you do like home style fish and chips with a Boddington, great.
Oh damn. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Boddington's great, and I think Anheuser-Busch owns them. Bought them out. So these guys gobble up a bunch of people. They own shelf space. So this is just like cereal. The beer game, just like cereal, just like cigarettes, it's shelf space. Come out with a million different kinds just to push out anybody else trying to get on the shelf. So when you look at a shelf, in a supermarket or whatever, the beer, like it's Coors and Anheuser-Busch is running the shelf. And then a small section is some Sam Adams and people getting in there, Guinness, stuff like that. But yeah, so recovery, and I don't remember why it showed up on my list, but looking at it right now at this moment, I can't argue with it. I wouldn't want to get in at the moment. Little scary, but I feel like more and more as the days go by, I become more and more confident
I mean,
that
if you had it at the opening of the day, or had bought in on it at the opening of the day,
it did
you
not.
know, then maybe it wouldn't be too bad. But at the same time, in order to have made a decent profit, you had to have bought in this like right before earnings. Like,
Yeah, if you got it right before earnings, I mean, you're at 52, it's up to 59, but I don't think it's done. I think it's gonna come back down a little bit, maybe even. Let's see, is it? Okay, so it
I
looks
mean,
like.
previously, if you're going back March of 20 before like COVID, like you look at the freaking
Is that
the
code?
jumbotron.
That's 16. So it looks like this blue, the 200. So the 200 day, is that consistent? Fairly. Okay, it's fairly consistent. It looks like that basically what happens right now is it's above this blue line, the 200 moving average. And so while it's above this blue line, it should continue to stay above the blue line. Once it crosses the blue line, it will be below the blue line. Boom. Science, bitches.
It's not really science.
That's how I science.
It's more like Pictionary with graphs.
Yeah. So it's crossed the 200, right? I mean, it was below it for quite some time. It's a substantial crossing and it bounced off of it and it's on its way back up. So it can still come back down, right? But I'm fairly comfortable. How much timeline is this? August. Yeah, so even though I hate the earnings, I'm more in this space that concerns me. June. Yes, I do. But yeah, I'm earningsist.
Hate's a strong word.
No, it really isn't. It's just a common word is all it is. It's not strong at all.
It's a strong word.
No, bats are strong.
Depending upon the tone of your voice. Bats are not
crowbars are strong.
No.
Bats are scary.
I'll give you a crowbar over a bat though.
Yeah, fair enough.
A blind little animal flapping around.
I'm kind of looking at it. I'm really, what's the InBev? I don't know what it is. It's InBev.
InBev what?
I don't know what it, anyways, it's they're major. So I don't like the actual makers of stuff. And so when it comes to alcohol, I'm not as big fan on Coors as I would be with distribution. And I need to do a little bit of research to find out who InBev would be. I believe there are 3 or 4 major distributors of alcohol and soft drinks for that matter in the United States. And really
Coca-Cola.
It comes down to 2. Coca-Cola is not one. It's who distributes Coca-Cola. So distributes, and they both get distributed, but it's who distributes it on what side. Yeah, what the hell? What kind of shit is that, man?
Advertisement.
What's wrong with you, Google?
Thanks, Google.
Google's lost his damn mind. Reyes. All right. Let's do. It's InBev, right? I can never say it right. InBev. Or spell check for me. I get spell checked. InBev. Now this is some due diligence right here. We're going in to find something that people already know. Is it New Age? It can't be. The name doesn't damn sense. It's not. All right, we're gonna ask a different question since you're supposed to be Googling for me right here, man.
No, you're doing great, man. You're doing great.
This is the largest.
I find it far more entertaining to watch you do this.
Distributor in the U.S. Done. Reyes. Who's next? Who's the second? the second. Can I just get thank you? Fucking list, please, from somebody. I'm sure it's changed since 2013, but probably not by much. These guys got a fucking lock on shit. Silver, Binage, Manhattan, Gold Ring, Andrew. Nope. Nope. They're not in here. Not in here. Why are they not in here? Did it change that drastically? Whatever. Soft drink distributor in the US. How about that? List. Oh my God. Come on, Google. Fucking not producers, you son of a. Oh, what is this? A fucking ad for some shit? Oh my God. How old is that website? BevNet. That's who I'm looking for. BevNet.
I mean, this is not funny, guys. No? He's having a lot of difficulties here.
I'm having an absolute fucking breakdown at this moment. Fuck, maybe it's BevNet. God. Let's see how big these guys are. Anyways, since I can't find it, we'll have to find it on another night. And since nobody's helping me, I'm lost.
It's so much better.
Where's my house?
Right now. I'm just saying.
We're moving on to Leslie's. How about that? It's InBev, isn't it? InBev? Bev?
Is it fair if I say I don't know?
I guess. I used to know. I actually pitched him on the ex-CEO on remodeling his property time ago. I think it's the same company. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, Leslie's was a pick from Jason Raznick over at Benzinga. He's been preaching this company, and so I've been watching it. And it's been one of those that, like, when somebody says, "Hey, you should buy this," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." I'm buying this shit.
Like I'm looking at this and I'm like,
yeah, but I started listening to him saying this right around March or so. So yeah, it was accurate, or maybe it was February. February would have been bad.
Let's go over Leslie's Inc. though.
Yeah.
For everyone, I got you covered on that one, bro. No worries. Leslie's Inc. engages in the provision of direct-to-consumer pool and spa care services. It serves the residential, professional, and commercial customers. The firm also offers complimentary commercial-grade in-store water testing and analysis via the proprietary AccuBlue system, which increases consumer engagement, conversion, basket size, and loyalty. Resulting in higher lifetime value, the company offers a range of products that consist of regularly purchased, non-discretionary pool and spa maintenance items, such as chemicals, equipment, cleaning accessories, and parts, as well as installation and repair services for pool and spa equipment. Leslie's was founded in 1963 and is headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona.
I did not, I might have known that and forgot. So it's an interesting thing. So the general idea is that with recovery occurring and with summer coming, people are going to want more pools than they wanted previously. Yes. Not sure how that works out. Look, as summer's coming, people are going, there's a problem with supply. I think that's what it was. They were having some kind of problem with supply, so prices are going up. So have you been to a Leslie's?
Nope.
Okay, so we got one around here, and I mean, they basically are like pre-made pools and like hot tubs, hot tub showroom, and a lot of cleaning supplies for get your pH level right in your pool. Got to make sure you don't have algae growing in your pool. If you don't get the right pH level, you could turn green. I guess I don't know how the industry works.
I'm okay with that.
Hey.
Yeah, I'd be running around naked in the street. I'm the Hulk. Ah!
Yeah, I'm so angry.
Cops be like, put your clothes on. I'm wearing algae. Ah!
I'm angry all the time. So yeah, it's an interesting pick. I don't know how I feel about it today whatsoever. And let's see what they did on earnings. 8 earnings. So then again they beat earnings, and they beat earnings. So it looks like they always beat earnings anyways. It's an interesting idea. I believe that they're going to do well over the summer. Next earnings, I would expect to see that they beat earnings. I'd also expect this to come down a little, but maybe not much more. Look at that sell-off, though. Look at that right there. That's a scary. Look at that. What is this, Dogecoin? 29.20? 25.60. That's pretty scary. That's quite a few Dogecoins that dropped. That's how I'm going to speak from now on.
Quite a few, yeah.
Look how many Dogecoins this price is up right now. This is pretty nice. So it's an interesting one. I kind of brought it up to see what your take was on the company. I didn't know if you knew about it or what your take is on above ground pools, right? You know,
I mean,
my wife won't let me put one in the front yard.
I live? No.
Is there not a lot of above ground pools over there?
Like, I mean, people have them, but is there a lot of them? Not really. No.
It's in-ground, right? The difference between doing
there's
an
even not a
in-ground
lot of
pool-
in-ground. We have snow probably 6 months out of the year.
So the whole area is a pool in the summer once it melts.
Yeah.
Just
And we
basically,
have like 5 fucking lakes where I'm at. Nobody needs a pool.
that's what's happening. So there's a lot of lakes over where I'm at, but pools are pretty popular. Above ground pools are more popular here than I've ever seen before. I'm used to, California, it's in-ground pools. They're outrageously expensive. You're 80 grand, 120 grand. It's expensive to get a pool made,
Yes.
And these like above ground pools, man, you can get done for like 20 grand. Get like an awesome above ground pool for like 40 grand.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that no.
And you could build a
No.
deck. You build a deck around it. You wouldn't even know. You put it in the ground. You dig a hole, put your above ground pool in below the ground. And now it's a below ground pool. But it's a pre-built, like made pool. And you put it in the ground. Never seen anyone put a hot tub in the ground.
I mean, I've seen those inflatable hot tubs.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Put it in your living room. Put this hot tub in your living room. Good luck. It's made by Intex. Sorry, I went camping recently. Intex, not a fan of. But I've always known that. I like camping. Intex is just there. It's like $10, $20 for like a blow up bed thing that you will be lucky if it doesn't deflate the first night,
I mean, you chose to buy it.
No, I didn't.
Kind of did.
I married the woman. But I understand her logic too. Like $10-$20 and whatever, we're done with it. You get a new one. Sure, whatever.
Nope.
So I'm
You're in
all
trouble.
I probably am in the trouble. I'm always in trouble, man. I'm living my life on the dangerous side.
I'll check you on the flippity flip.
Yeah. So that's Leslie's. That's what I got on that. I think we move on unless you got something else on Leslie's, and let's go to something.
No, I don't have anything interesting in reference to them. I'd say it's probably fair to move on. Moving on to IPO news.
So
what do you got here
Honest
for us?
Company IPO'd recently, literally 4 days. It's not 4 trading days ago. So it's not 4 days ago. They
Honest
IPO'd on
are they?
the 5th. You're not familiar with Honest? No?
Hold on. Let's find out. This is the About section. Honest Co. includes, provides non-toxic. Did I say toxic?
Oh, no.
It's already killing me. Non-toxic natural baby products online. It offers diapers, wipes, baths, skincare, home cleaning, and health and wellness products. The company was founded by Jessica Alba, Christopher Gavin, or is it Gavin?
I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who that is. I know who Jessica Alba is, but I don't know who the other
Sean Kane, Brian S. Lee, and Jessica Marie Warren in July 2011, and is headquartered in Los Angeles, California. Yeah, That's all it has. I believe I know who they are in reference to like I've seen their products at the store, but good for them that they IPO'd. I mean, it looks like it didn't go well. They dropped.
Yeah, all IPOs seem to do this nonsense.
They drop up until they actually go into the Nasdaq or what?
No, as soon as the IPO, they drop. Sometimes those go way up and then they come falling down. So this is actually not a bad chart right now. And then eventually it'll kind of, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them will take like, I think it's 6 months to a year to get back to the height of the first day, which is just like scary. So we were talking, I forgot, when a few episodes ago about reusable diapers. And
yeah,
these, like, I think we've gotten baby wipes from these guys and
the toilet paper shortage. That's what.
Yeah, that's what it was. The toilet. So I think that's when I first heard of this company. Maybe I think this is where we got our reusables from. I'm not sure, but I just remember my wife being like, "Yeah, Jessica Alba is like a diaper company." I'm like, Jessica Alba? What?
No,
It's Jessica Alba, like. Anyways.
I bet I know where you know her from.
Who's the boss? Right? Wait, no? Is that Jessica Alba? I don't know. I know her from a few places. Why
what
would
did she do before she did actual, movies?
Movies?
Let's see. We talked about their NFTs.
She's never done Playboy. Has she? I thought she's like the wholesome person who doesn't like do any of that stuff. No, you're full. I don't think so. I think you're confusing her with somebody else.
I'm gonna leave it at you should do the due diligence, sir.
All right, so
what's up, Lemon?
Supposedly there's some due diligence that needs to be done on Jessica Alba and her. No, it's not possible because she was doing TV and movies like when she was, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I'm talking. Wait, who's the chick from Who's the Boss? Is that Jessica Alba?
I don't know. I don't even know what show you're talking about.
You don't know what Who's the Boss is? You probably don't know. God, I'm old. Oh, is Lemon here? Is he saying that I'm old? Probably is. Oh. Seven Commander. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It's
wholesome.
Yeah, she's wholesome. She's wholesome, right? It's a wholesome company.
She was also in Playboy.
Was she? I don't know. I can't Google it. So I'm not sure that's probably not good at all.
You can Google just.
I'm not Googling it. Who knows what's going to pop in? I can't. There's certain things that I just can't trust what I Google.
That's all you got to do. Just make sure you're under images.
Okay. Anyways, this IPO'd. It's an interesting IPO. Didn't fall through the floor. Supposedly it has some tie-in with NFTs and Playboy. If it does, then I don't know. I got a little bit more faith in the company than I did previously, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. The last time I saw
with them, she's no longer a part of them. She hasn't been for years. Can't believe you did.
How old is she? I don't think that this is true. I don't see this. Let's see. Does it say in the bio? Did you read that? I don't think so.
Let's see.
You Google it. Have you Googled this to make sure you got
Google this? I knew this. She's 40 years old.
Oh my God, is she really? Oh my God, I'm old. Wow, and how did I not ever know this? What the hell? I give up. Anyways, that's honest. It was not ever supposed to come to that. That was not the intention. The intention was for IPOs, not bad. And a tie-in because of the diapers, and we previously talked about diapers. I talked about diapers in the past. We might as well keep the due diligence on the diapers up. Maybe one day we'll have like a diaper section.
You never know.
Who knows? On to the next. Okay, now we're on to something interesting again, finally. Oh, God, who made this list?
You did.
Jeez. Well, I don't remember it, just like I don't remember Jessica Alba being in Playboy. Actually, no, I really don't remember. Let's see.
You gotta do your due diligence.
This one is, I put that in wrong. It's not Vivi, it's Vici. VICI. is who it is.
BICI? Okay.
Yeah. So we got recovery, we got home building, we got a potential housing bubble. We don't know. Nobody knows what the hell's happening. We got Vici Properties here, and
I know
this
what's
is
going
another
on. Shit's
Raz
getting
pick.
expensive.
Yeah, it's getting
They
expensive.
don't have any information on TradingView about them either. So
They
I can't
don't?
even tell you about them.
Oh my God, look at that rise too. That's what I think
Yeah.
is going to happen. I think it's all, but only
And
to
that was
here probably.
right after the dividends.
No, it's after earnings. Oh yeah, then it rose. Okay, yeah, good
Yeah.
point. Does it do that regularly? Let's see, nope, it does not.
No, but that's a pretty big rise.
That's a huge rise. I don't know what the news was. March 21st. Oh, you know what? March 21st or 25th, 2020. This is around the time, the 20th, 21st in here, 19th. This is around time when growth stocks started falling and value stocks came back into the limelight.
When lumber started to increase, got it.
Before the actual lumber increase, it's just value stocks in general. It was actually an oil thing that was the big deal. So let's see, Vici Properties. Go to their site and see what they say about themselves. Ooh, Caesar's Palace. Why is that in the picture?
Because you see that very small building behind it? That's the one they own.
Yeah, that's a house, man. No. All right, Vici Properties is an
experimental. I don't know.
Experiential? Why am I not?
Experiential.
Yeah, what is it? I do not know that word. Oh my God.
Experiential real estate.
What? Why am I not familiar with this word? This is not something I hear people saying on the streets. It's from the real world, from experience. Can be
seen, touched, and verified.
Who the hell talks like this? Nobody's talking like this. Bro, I have not seen anybody use this word this way anytime in the past few days. What the hell?
A few days, sure.
At least a few days.
Like come on.
Roman thing going on here. Anyways, real estate investment trust that owns one of the largest portfolios of market-leading gaming, hospitality, and entertainment destinations, including the world-renowned Caesar's Palace. Vici Properties' national, geographically diverse portfolio consists of 28 gaming facilities, comprising 47 million square feet, and features approximately 17,800 hotel rooms and more than 200 restaurants, bars, nightclubs, and sports books. Sports. 28 game. Yeah. So they own Caesar's Palace and affiliated.
And all the surrounding shit, apparently.
Yeah. So they own Vegas. And the Hard Rock? Oh. Hard Rock Casino. I did not go to that.
You sound slightly disappointed.
It's just not. Yeah. I like Vegas. Vegas is fun, right?
No.
Oh, they do Vici Golf too. Look at that. Ooh.
There's people in Vegas.
There are.
Yeah.
Randos
and not
too.
just people. You got some fucked up people in Vegas.
You.
Like, I'm sorry, Las Vegas, but
That's
your
nice.
community
That's nice.
is fucked up. What do you mean that's nice?
I'm digging that right there. The picture on the screen, not the fucked up Vegas people.
I know what you mean. God.
You don't like this?
No, it's golf. What the fuck's to like about golf?
I just like the spot. It's nice building. It reminds me of Coronado in a way, but in like the country.
You know what? I can just imagine you in like your little sweater vest, khakis, like the zip off shorts, the socks and sandals, and I'm going frothing, everyone.
No.
I just made a killing in the Doge market, so I'm about to go all fancy.
You have me confused with somebody else. I wear like the crazy ass Chevy Chase pants, the checkered, crazy big like flannel. They're like pajama pants. And the big old funny hat with the Scotland ball on the top of it. You know what I mean?
Caddyshack.
Yeah, I'm full blown Caddyshack, bro. Like let's just be real right now. There's no sweater. around my vest. It's more like I am gonna get a fanny pack though. I've
It's like,
decided
I have
that
this
I want to rock
baggy
a fanny
sweatshirt.
pack
Why?
because honestly, it sounds fucking functional. Nice big
Why?
fat pocket to keep,
It's for the sweatshirts where it has pockets
stuff
in the
in.
front.
Oh, I never thought about that. I wonder if the sweatshirt around the shirt has. No, it does not. Anyways, Vici Properties is another one of those Benzingas. I was listening. I've been looking for some good real estate action and a play in the real estate market. And I mean, look at this thing. I'd say that it's over, but I mean, it doesn't drop. It hasn't dropped since COVID. And then right here, which I think I know what that
Damn,
is, and
you
I don't
missed
even.
out on your time to buy May of last year.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it looks good. It looks like it was already trending. It was already going up. I don't know how long they've been in the golf action, but looks like that may be newer than Caesars. I kind of like it. I would want to wait until it drops a little bit more, but it's on the radar. I'm paying attention to it, and you got to pay attention to something that's in the real estate arena, right? With prices going up, because if
isn't
it's
that
not a bubble, even if it is a bubble, if I'm only in for a few days,
isn't that why we previously looked at that company for horse riders because they were in real estate?
who are you talking about? Horse riders? Oh, horse riders. Yes. Yeah. I think that was.
Oh my God!
I forgot the name of that company. Stag. That was Stag. We were looking at Stag Industrial, and there was Stag Industrial. That appeared to be state. So Vici seems promising, though. I will say that Stag. I didn't like that was the single tenant commercial. Yeah, that was not one that. Oh gee. Oh no, breaking everything. Oh my God, what's happening? So
Ladies and
Vici.
gentlemen, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you a word from our sponsor. If you feel like sponsoring us, please donate all your money to 555.
Okay.
I'm done with this.
I'm putting a Dogecoin wallet address up because if you want to sponsor us, you just buy us Dogecoin. That's it. So here we go.
Get it for 40 cents on the dollar right now. So buy up, send it in, and we'll do the due diligence of making sure that we monitor it for you every fucking stream.
Yeah, for every stream we will watch Dogecoin. So this is the other one. If you don't want to go into Vici, right? Vici's a little bit more risky. You got this right here. You got this ETF.
SPR?
XHB. You wanna tell us about XHB?
It looks cool as shit.
There's nothing on TradingView about it.
Yeah, there's nothing on it. I can't tell you anything.
Yeah, it's
You're
S&P
right
Home
now.
Builders ETF.
Judging by the name, it's Spider or Speeder. I'm going to go with Spider Series Trust Speeder S&P Home Builders. So they use spider webs to make tough home builds. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good technology. Invest, ladies and gentlemen. Invest, invest, invest.
It's a growth stock.
You're not financial advisors, but if they have the possibility to turn you into Spider-Man, you should invest.
It's got dividends. It seems to be, I mean, it's been rising. It was rising before COVID. It's way past COVID. It is an ETF of home builders that are in the S&P. I mean, this thing seems really solid. I don't think you're not going to get, I think, like, if you notice, like, there's no big, like, huge payday that's coming from this. This is, if you got to park your money somewhere while you're waiting to find something, right? A lot of people like to do the S&P, but right now, with the way home building's been going on, maybe the XHB would be a more efficient place, unless you believe in the impending market crash, bubble crash, housing crash, bubble market.
Calm down there, sir. Calm down.
And then if you had your money here, it would probably be a bad place. But again, if that's happening, most of these stocks that we went over would be a bad place. So I think this is a pretty safe bet. The more I look at it and looking at it now, I think this may be my go-to when I'm waiting to find something. Instead of just keeping the money in cash, toss it into this, and then when I find something, you know, or when I'm ready to get close to finding entry on something, pull out of this. Days I might get stuck for a week, which would suck. This was a couple of weeks. So maybe not 100%, but keeping a percentage of the portfolio in this to be able to maneuver wouldn't be such a horrible idea, even though it looks like it's ready to take a bit of a dive. Once they realize that lumber prices don't need to be higher anymore.
Should not be anywhere near that.
And we're going to build everything with ICF block, which even if you did ICF block, which is just basically concrete, right? But that's the thing is, have you seen these 3D printers that print houses?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? They're doing them in Japan or China or some nonsense. They're knocking houses out.
They look pretty damn cool too, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, dude.
It's concrete, man. It's
going fast.
Concrete house 3D printer. Let's say that. So this, I think, what the hell? That is not.
So you'll look up these pictures, but you won't look up if Jessica Alba was in Playboy. I see how it is.
We're gonna pass the Jessica Alba's in Playboy on the stream pictures for two reasons. One, from my understanding of my time watching Entourage, my understanding is she doesn't want like a bunch of that nonsense. Look at that. That is a robot building a house. And I don't see, there's still wood. You still got framing you got to deal with. But yeah, this house was built out of concrete. It's not the same as ICF
I mean,
block,
it like gives a nice texture type look to the outside too, with the paint on there because of the.
I don't like it, but whatever.
I mean, I wouldn't prefer it over regular siding or making it flush, but it's not boring per se.
You could put siding over that as well.
Oh my
you
God.
could also come through and trowel it.
You could put a glow in the dark application in it. So
it's concrete,
different
so
layers. Just be like, boom! Christmas lights up, ladies and gentlemen.
So
this is brilliant. I like this idea.
The trick on it is there is the possibility that this. I'm not saying it's going to solve the current lumber prices. I'm not saying it's going to cause the market to crash. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that because what is it? Necessity is the mother of all innovation. Is that the saying?
Mother of dragons. Yes, I've seen this.
Yes. So the mother of dragons. Oh, jeez. Okay. I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to go into it and be disappointed and feel disappointed right now. But you made that happen. So
that's what Game of Thrones is about.
Yeah.
Feeling disappointed.
It always was, right? Since the beginning, it always was about disappointment. Just from the beginning, it was about disappointment because your favorite characters were dying. And then later, the show died, and they were like, they really got you on that one. They're like, oh, you like this person? Boom, he's dead. You like this one? Boom, they're dead. Oh, you like the show? Boom, it's dead.
Spoiler alert,
Ruined.
ladies and gentlemen.
No spoiler alert. The show.
Spoiler alert.
Fucking people die in the show. That's it.
Spoiler
That's
alert.
a spoiler alert. There's no spoiler alert. I didn't give any information other than they fucked up. That's what happened.
Other than they kill your favorite character. Spoiler alert.
And they killed the show. How about that?
Well, technically speaking, he wasn't finished with the book, and they had to finish the show because they couldn't wait for him to finish the book. So who fucking knows?
Who fucking knows? Indeed, they didn't have to finish it. They fucking gave them 2 more years signed. They were like, here's 2 more years, make some more money. And they're like, no, bitch, we got that Disney money. We're out. That's what happened. Thanks, Disney. Sons of bitches. Anyways, moving on. Getting high blood pressure again. We're going to calm down.
Yeah.
XHB. is a good move. And it's worth our time to also look into potential growth stocks that are taking advantage of any type of building practices like concrete 3D building or potential reuse of plastic to building materials to solve this problem, because I had assumed that right now is the best time for people to be looking at this and saying, okay, well, what the fuck, man? Why did we get this problem? How do we solve it for the
Here's
future?
my question, and I'm going to throw this out there.
Uh-huh.
If this is a 3D printed cement house, how durable is this house when it comes to earthquake, tornado, hurricane? Like, what type of like structural integrity are we looking at with this cement house? Because as you saw in the 3D printing, the short video that we showed of it, it was hollow, and it was probably hollow specifically for insulation.
No, it wasn't.
Because it's already for, yeah, it had a hollow opening. Did you not look at that on the your own video that you were just watching for it?
I messed up.
So
3D.
anywho, with the hollow structure, and if you're looking at like, let's look at like driveways as an example. The reason you have a certain amount of feet in a driveway before you have that crack, it's because you have to leave room for the ground to move, otherwise the cement cracks. So, and that's when you're building, you know, like completely horizontal and flat, flush up against the ground. This you're building vertically, and like if you look at when it shows that top view, it's all hollow. More than likely for insulation.
I think it's use spend on it. The concrete is the insulation.
It could be no. They gotta have something. They can't just do concrete walls without any type of insulation and be like, all right, you're done. It's good. It's good for the home. However, the other question would be as well is like, well, how fire resistant
is concrete?
Well, not the concrete, but like Look, everything. Like, okay, is this going to be significantly safer in the future because there is no longer a huge amount of wood to just burn down the house? Plus, what if you decided to remodel the house? How much extra is it going to cost you
to knock a wall down?
To knock down a fucking cement wall?
You're not doing it.
And that's something you're doing. I know anymore. You're not doing it, but that's why I'm like, there's drawbacks and positives to
for sure. For sure. There are definitely drawbacks. But look, here's the first thing. When I tell my kids the Three Little Pigs story, the last house isn't made of bricks, made of ICF block. Which this is not, but it's concrete, so it's similar. I guess it is. I mean, this is pretty much that. They're probably going to fill it with foam, right? I don't know. Maybe not, because expanded foam, wouldn't that crack it? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
I've watched a few of these. This is what I do know. This is automation disrupting. This is SQ40 Inc. I doubt they're publicly traded, but that's worth looking into. This is potentially disrupting the construction industry in the future. It's not here yet. It is, but it's not. But it also solves the lumber problem. Does this not solve our lumber problem? Look at the.
I mean,
you're using lumber, but far less. The structural integrity, is it going to be safe? Yeah, throw some rebar in there. Be all right. Throw some foam in there. Throw some duct tape. Yeah, okay. Is it going to be insulated? Sure, insulated. This is far more energy efficient.
So,
saving the world, saving the environment, costing us jobs.
Hold on a second. This company built a home in Culverton, New York, at the cost of only $6,000 in materials in 48 hours. That's how much it cost for them to 3D print a house. Is $6,000.
So I would call bullshit on part of this. Now, is it drastically less? Yes. Is it $6,000 in material?
That seems fucking dirt cheap for a home.
I feel like the concrete alone.
So,
well, no, because the machine is doing it.
Or is it known publicly? But so the first house built using the 3D technology, it cost them $6,000, and that's just for the material costs. for the 3D printing, not including anything else that they did, like roof-wise, cabinets, all that. And then they're turning around and selling it for $300,000 in Riverhead, New York. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that is 1,500 square feet. So it's that home that you see in this video. Let's see, the technically complete building projects 3 times faster than the traditional construction, and with a 70% reduction of total construction costs. It's not publicly traded. It's privately held.
Yet.
Yeah, it looks like there was talk about an IPO in 2020, but since COVID, probably not. Let's see.
Would have been the perfect time for these people to take off.
See, ticker MTLS with the market cap and Proto Labs, the market cap. So what is? Oh, there are other 3D printing companies similar to SQ4D that are publicly traded on the stock market. One is MTLS.
Oh, let's take a look. Hold on. What do we got? We got a surprise here. MTLS.
That's one of them.
Hold
market
on.
cap of 3.1 billion.
Hold on. I need MTLS. Who else do we got here?
Then we have Proto Labs, which their ticker is PRLB.
Okay.
And their market cap is 4.6 billion.
Any others on here?
This is all it has right now.
All right, MTLS, no description on that. We'll check that in a second. PRLB.
Mm-hmm.
Proto Labs
Hey, we
engages
have a
in
little
the
bit of
digital. You want to read it? You're our ticker
Sure,
guy.
I'll pull it up. I'll
give you a
pull it
ticker.
up. Why not?
Meantime,
Since I
I'll find the
decided
other
to help you and look stuff up anyways.
one. Thank
'cause
you.
it helped us.
I am pretty much.
Wow, that's so much to read. Proto Labs Inc. engages in the digital manufacture of custom prototypes and production parts. It offers 3D printing, CNC machining, and injection modeling services. The company was founded by Lawrence J. Lucas, I don't know, and Greg Bloom on May 5th, 1999, and is headquartered in Maple Plain, Minnesota. It really doesn't tell you a whole lot about it, but they do have a website link, digital manufacturing involved. And the very first thing it shows looks like a jet engine. Neat. Let's see, meet your new digital manufacture tool, injector modeling, CNC machining, 3D printing, sheet metal. So this may be similar, but this has nothing to do with houses.
So was the article you read just telling you the wrong thing, or do they actually have?
Yeah, it says that there are other 3D printing companies similar to SQ4D. So
sure, there are other 3D printing companies out there.
yeah.
Oh. Ooh. All right, let's try this a different way. 3D house print public.
And the owner of the SQ4D
Traded.
company isn't interested in having it listed to the to NASDAQ because he's waiting to grow the company nationally and globally before he does. You offer somebody enough money, they'll do anything. So.
Good. It depends on what. See, okay, so here's a good example as to why I do not like patents and trademarks and stuff like that. Anyways, so like I have a 3D printer behind me, right? That I use, and there's a million of them and different brands out there. The one I have is fairly common. And wait, does it show? Yes, it does. Okay. Oh, there it is. So 3D printer. And if you look, it's very similar to the house build one, with just the fact that the house building one has these two things that come up, and then it has the bar that goes across, and then there are other things that are in other places. There's no bed because it's flat. So they're actually moving this whole thing on a track. I got the bed moving. They have the whole track moving back and forth. So you run the tracks on the side, you set the steel girders up, going across, you set your cross beam, put your printer head, you got a big old hose on there, and you're pumping concrete in it, and then bam, you're just running a file and making sure that thing doesn't mess up as it goes along. I'm sure it's a little bit more complicated than that, but the point is that if somebody can take the general idea of that printer right there and be like, oh, we built a big one, here's a patent, nobody can do it. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, bullshit. So I'm not saying that they can, but
I mean, if you got the $400 to have the patent filed, I mean, why not?
well, because here's why
that
not.
company's going to end up wanting to buy that patent from you so they can make it.
Here's why not. The reason why not and why they shouldn't have patents for shit like this is because it stifles the growth of humanity. At the cost of what? Google buying some shit, putting a patent on it, and then hiding it in a shelf somewhere, and the rest of us never get to see it? Now, hopefully Google would never do that, but I'm just saying, like, that's...
They totally might.
They totally might. And legally, oh my God, legally they could, and that's
Stop giving
just
them ideas, please.
bullshit. But look at this. This is a little thing. This is a spinny one. Ooh, it's a spinny one. Probably not as good of an idea as the other one, because the other one is just that, and that's like the most common, effective form of a printer. But not, I mean, not bad.
Hold on.
That's not flat.
I mean, it also, like, if we notice there, that very short, brief moment he threw the PVC piping in the wall as it's laying it, like, this would eliminate, you know, the need for plumbers, need for electricians, because they could sell all these things in these kits already pre-done, and then all they have to do is just train these generic workers, or even get a fucking robot. Yeah. We're bringing the robots back up.
Yeah.
And just have them place the items in position. And even like a house like this, sure, it's heavy, it's concrete. However, the size of this house, it could be easily portable on a semi-trailer and put somewhere.
No, you don't. That's the beauty. You don't. You move the printer. You put the printer on a semi-trailer.
The printer, yes, I know.
Roll up with your printer, bust that baby out, and then boom, print this bad boy
for $400,000, and you probably just made a $350,000 profit. Because like even like Lemon said, I still don't know how, in any way, it would cost $6,000 for that 1,500 square foot house that they built. Like,
I don't believe the pricing
just
on
for
that.
the materials. Like, well, maybe it's because it was efficient. Because technically speaking, like, if you look at this, it's a very small like gap. You know, like they're very small segments. So like they're building it, you know, with the structural integrity in mind, but they're using as little cement as possible. I don't know.
Well, here's the other thing too. Like right now, why in all these builds that I'm looking at, why isn't someone coming by with a little hand trowel and smoothing that concrete out? Why don't you have like you know, they got some artists that in like stucco and concrete. Like it's an art, but like you eliminate. I think it's because they're showing like, ooh, look, you can do this with nobody being involved. See, they're saving on material by doing that pattern that you're seeing. That's the holes.
Yeah.
You know, you could put in like an insulation or something. I don't think you need to, but like you could roll back into this right now, and because it's going to retain the heat and the cool depending on what it is. But you could roll back. See all these grooves on it right now? Like as this thing's printing, doesn't it stop and someone come by and smooth that out, man?
Like, how are you going to hang pictures? You know, like you're gonna have to have a drill with a mason bit because it's a cement fucking wall, and unless you're gonna unless these people are partnered with what's that sticky company that
yeah. Oh, that's it. What is the name of that company? That's who wins out of all of this. Out of all these 3D printed homes, look at that's a nice
the
one.
Stick and peel,
3M,
like, whatever the fuck it is.
3M.
That is yes, because they do the tape as well.
3M is the ultimate winner out of all of this. Are they not publicly traded? 3M company. There we go. MMM.
Okay.
MMM.
And they are doing well.
They are doing well, and they will continue to do well even if the 3D printers start making all the homes. What happened in April of 2019 that was as bad for them as COVID? This poor company. Look at this. Gee, oh my God, what had been happening? I do not trust this company right now. See, I'm a big believer that a company is going to start doing whatever it was doing before COVID, and COVID, this thing was tanking. What the hell? Ugh. I don't like it. I'm sure there's
I mean,
movement.
that's valid too, because honestly, like it has to be like a special type of cement lemon. Like there's no way for it to just be a generic, cement. Like it probably has to be super refined in order for it to actually go through that machine. So I mean, that's a great question. Who's the company that's supplying this 3D printing cement?
Yeah, so I was looking into this recently. What was it? There was a company. Is that you?
That's loud as fuck.
Is that you or me?
That was me.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my
Somebody's
God.
doing something with horns outside.
There's a random video that I can't get rid of somewhere. I thought I had a window because I had opened a couple.
Yeah, no, I'm going to shut my window.
Sure. So what was the name of the company? We had found a company a few weeks ago, and they were, I think, converting used uranium, depleted uranium or something into concrete. What? No, coal. It was coal ash. They were converting coal ash into concrete.
Yeah, definitely not depleted uranium. That would be a bit scary.
That would not be correct at all. Using coal ash to make concrete is one way. What was the name of the company?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
You'd have to go back
through thumbnails.
I don't think I made.
Oh, you didn't make a clip of them?
It'll be in my notes. See, that's the other thing about the website that I'm working on for the stream as well, is it will take all of the descriptions, so not the tags that are used directly in YouTube, but the tags that I put in the descriptions, and it's going to add each of them to a ticker symbol. And so
it wasn't the REGI one?
Was it Reggie?
Well, I don't know. That one just has like energy.
Renewable energy. That's possible. Holding company which engages in production trade of biofuel, renewable operate segment, biomass, diesel.
Click on their
animal. Shit, I think it was.
Click on their website.
I don't have a link for the website.
Yeah, you do. It's right there, right above the description. There you go. It brings you directly to the website. Is this them or no?
No, there's an easier way to find out, because searching somebody's website is bullshit. What's the name of the company again? Renewable
Reggie?
Ticker. Good name. Group. And then that process was coal ash concrete. It sounds like an insult. You got some coal ash concrete. Duke Energy.
Dude, people really like the live call in the deli.
Yeah, no, we need to. We can call somebody right now. You want to call somebody? I'll call somebody right now.
I mean, who the hell are we gonna call?
I don't know. We're gonna call somebody right now. Let's see. We'll pull up maps. Searching for renewable energy coal. No.
Nightbot to work anyways while you're doing that. Nah, it doesn't like me.
You should be looking for the ticker for who this renewable company is.
I did my due diligence. I told you, Reggie. I tried.
Okay, we're gonna move on from this. We're gonna quickly touch KKR. We're gonna make a phone call here shortly before this stream is over. But first, we're gonna get out of this and we're gonna go to KKR because it's on the list and we gotta hurry up and handle it before I forget. And yeah, it looks overbought. This is another home builder one. You wanna give us the quick lowdown?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Ticker is KKR. Sorry, I was still looking through the past stream. Let's see. KKR and Company Inc. engages in the provision of investment and private equity asset management services. It manages investments across multiple asset classes, includes private equity, energy, infrastructure, real estate, credit, and hedge funds. The firm operates business through 4 business lines: private markets, public markets, capital markets, and principal activities. The private markets line manages and sponsors a group of private equity funds that invest capital for long-term appreciation, either through controlling ownership of a company or strategic minority positions. Interesting. The public market line operates combined credit and hedge fund platforms. The capital market line comprises of global capital market businesses. It implements traditional and non-traditional capital solutions for investments and companies seeking financing. The principal activities line manages the firm's assets and deploys capital to support and grow the businesses. The company was founded by Henry R. Kravis and George. I wanted to say Junior for some reason. George R. Roberts in 1976 and is headquartered in New York, New York. Let's see. See what their website has to offer for us, right? Let's see. Testing the limits of reflation. Our evolution has made us stronger and more dynamic firm today. One that we believe was well prepared to face 2020 head on, and so we did. Okay. Read more. All right.
Powering on. Mic on.
Testing the limits of reflation. Let's see. If ever there were a time for champion the mantras of our four founders, George R. Roberts, Henry R. Kravis, to build, like, and trust, act with integrity, lead by example, we believe that now is the time. The reopening we are envisioning will not be a straight line, and the pandemic has laid bare multiple inefficiencies. Inefficiency. I can't even talk. Yeah, I can't talk today.
That's okay. At least they didn't say some crazy word like experiential.
Yeah, that one was funny though.
Shit is that?
Anywho, yeah, we read about them. Looks like it's an investing firm. They do a lot of public, commercial, private,
real estate, recovery, infrastructure. That region, I'm assuming.
I mean, it looks like it's just ideally, for like private equity and asset management and hedge funds for people to get rich with either long-term investments or short-term.
Ooh, I like getting rich. That sounds like the right kind of thing for me. How much does it cost?
Judging by
$57.11 to get you $57.09. Wait, this thing isn't even. The market's closed. No wonder. Okay, whatever.
If it helps, it was at 57.09.
Yep. Okay, so what do you think on this one?
I really
no clue.
Don't have any interest in it or know much in reference to it. So
I like it. It was going up before COVID. It's been going up for quite some time. I mean, it had its struggle in 2015. It had its 2018. Got its COVID, and after that, it seems to be going well. But it looks like it's due for, and that thing's up there.
I mean, it had positive earnings as well.
Wouldn't mind it for like a few days, maybe 16%.
I mean, the Mac Daddy's showing that it should be right at that cusp where it's going to start
dropping.
Yeah.
Like a rock.
And again, it's kind of difficult to, determine how accurate the Mac Daddy is, but, that system was developed for a reason.
Well, look, I mean, even here when it was overbought, when it dropped, it didn't really drop. It consolidated. So
yeah,
this thing comes down, it needs to consolidate, it looks like, or fall.
This one could be a decent long term, especially if you're trying to get in and sell it short. You could be looking worst case maybe a month or two, but I mean, I don't know.
So I would probably, I don't know.
I'd rather invest in Dogecoin.
Let's call somebody about Dogecoin. So, who do we talk about today?
You got his number?
Who? Elon Musk?
Elon Musk.
I do not have Elon Musk's number.
Let's call Tesla. We want to speak to your CEO.
We could call a Tesla store, but I think. Okay, let me just take a peek here. It's who would know about Dogecoin right now that could talk to us? Let's look
Saturday
at.
Night Live.
Okay, let's pick some stuff. Let's run this down real quick, and this is gonna tell us who's gonna know about Dogecoin. Okay, we're gonna do some process of elimination and use
All right.
our own system of due diligence.
You
Give me a
eliminate
state.
the process.
What
a
state? Give me a state.
State?
Yeah, you got to go somewhere.
Oh, I was going to get more coffee.
You go get coffee.
California, because they're fucked up.
I have more questions, so you go get coffee, and then I'll start the question process. In the meantime,
Okay.
we're going to switch. We're going to continue down the line, and we're going to talk about what's on the list, and that is JMIA. JMIA Technology. Andrew left. Comes on Benzinga the other day, and I watched this guy, and like, this is an e-commerce company, and it's going to do well because someone's going to buy it out because Africa and e-commerce, and it is dropped since then, but whatever. See, it's going to drop a little bit more. Earnings tomorrow. Yep. Don't think it's too much. It probably fail. Well, sometimes. My guess on this was two things, I guess, as I watched this show. So Andrew left is, Citron, and was famously one of the people who was like GameStop and weak, and I'm shorting it, and you should too. And he lost a ton of money, right? Still doing his thing, but I saw like a video of him, and he was like, I'm not going to short stock. I think it wasn't that he said he wasn't going to short stocks. I think he said that he wasn't going to publicize his shorts, I think is what it was. So like when he decides he's going to short a stock, he wasn't going to be like, hey, I'm shorting this. And, not that that's the worst thing in the world, but I think he's responsible for Toys R Us, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Or Bank Capital is. One of the two. I'm not sure. For that, not happy about it, because it caused some a little bit of chaos in my life. Oh, nice. Anyways, so with that being said, let me just real quick and transition. So JMIA Technologies doesn't have a name on it. Of course, there's no. I was going to read what it is, but I guess we'll have to look it up. So JMIA Technologies. Go. Calling someone and asking about this. JMIA is an online marketplace for electronics and fashion, among others, targeting several African countries. So, okay, it's an e-commerce site. .jumia.com? Is there not just a Jumia? I want to go to your subdomain. Get off. Knock it off. All right, whatever. We're just going to type it in. Jumia.com. What's it take us to? What do we get? We access it. We're out of the country. At Jumia, our primary concern is health. Okay. Okay, 100% African internet. So they sell internet too? Just the translation is odd. COVID, blog, press kit, investor relations, contact, achievements, services. I have to pick a country to pick their. Okay. Oh my God, no! No! Okay, well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this together. And there a bicycle hiding? That's a motorcycle. That's not a bicycle. That doesn't count. Best on this. And that's all we can do. Okay, now it's another language. Can we translate? And yeah. Okay. So This is JMIA. And boom, boom, boom.
I apologize. I get delayed with an Apex conversation all the time.
Understandable. This is JMIA. Andrew Left says
Andrew
that
left.
Andrew Left is one of the guys who was all about shorting GameStop.
Okay.
And everybody hates him.
Okay. Fair enough.
So it's an African e-commerce company. His belief is that it's going to get gobbled up by someone like Amazon or somebody, and that Africa is on the rise with e-commerce and that they're going to do well. I think what happened was so for years this guy's been shorting companies, and I think he uses his disposal to do their due diligence into finding companies that are failing. And if they are going to fail, then he'll short the company. So he'll bet that it's going to lose. And I think that this was on his radar as a potential to lose. And it doesn't pass the mustard. So it's not good enough for him to try and short. And because of that, I think that he, looks at it and, okay, so like so you say, company's going to fail. And I'm going to bet that the company's going to fail. And then I look for companies that I can bet on that are going to fail. And I look at it and say, well, I think it looks like it's going to fail, but it's probably not. So I wouldn't bet on it. So I'll say the opposite. I think it's going to make it. I think someone that's going to buy it out. That's the reason why it's not going to fail.
Is he wanting to basically state that it's going to fail?
Nope.
And then invest in the company who's going to be buying it?
Nope.
For a possible gain?
It's not going to fail. And that it's going to be successful, and that likely what'll happen is somebody will buy it out. But even if somebody doesn't buy it out, I think he's saying that this company's going to turn it around and be successful. And what is this? Is this COVID? No. Yeah. See, here's.
A little further back, August, July, May, March. They didn't have much of a drop.
They did not experience the same type of COVID drop that we did, but it also affected other countries different as well. I wonder if this was their COVID in August when it actually hit them pretty heavy. Give me a second.
Mic off.
See, I think he said this one was based out of Africa.
Mic on.
Sorry about that. It's
No worries.
It's getting scary around here. I think my son thinks he's a scientist now. So there's a lot of experiments that have been going around.
He's Elon Musk.
Yeah, so I'm getting I need to check all my fire stuff in the house, like, seriously. It's daily, like right now it's the glue, but there's just constant like, oh, we'll just take some knives and cut a watermelon. Dave Hack says this, oh man, I don't know. Like we can just crack an egg with our hands. We just grab an egg, crack it on the counter, and that's it. He's like, no, we can build this device and it'll make cracking eggs far, far easier. No, it won't.
Far easier, far funner. We'll enjoy it. It'll be fun.
Maybe.
Let's go, Dad. We're scientists.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can see it. I was attempting to look it up. There's not a lot of info that I found so far, or maybe I just haven't found the right article that specified when COVID started impacting Africa more. So it is definitely difficult to determine at the moment if it was more in the lines of the August timeframe. It could have been, just because, as you mentioned, I mean, it had such a different pattern where it was impacting, different areas of the world, like just based off of travel and unable to travel and who went where and who touched who, so to speak. It's just interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one.
It doesn't look too bad though, as far as like, compared to what happened to like those stocks now.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how. Like I said, I know the pattern for American and Canadian and Western civilization stocks and how they react. I don't know how it's supposed to. I don't even know what an FCFA is. Assume it's the common local currency. Can I use Dogecoin on this site? I mean, that would be. What kind of phone is that? Oh, I clicked on it. What happened? I wanted. Can I not click on the ad?
That is a cam.
Oh, jeez.
A Cammon?
It's a Techno
CFA franc is the name of two currencies. The West African CFA franc used in 8 West African countries and the Central African CFA franc used in 6 Central African countries. Both currencies are guaranteed by the French Treasury. Apparently the African currencies are backed by the French Treasury. Interesting.
Holy shit! Wait a minute. Hold on a minute here. What was that phone? How much was that phone?
200.
Okay.
Oh, 89,000.
89,000 for the Techno Common 17, and 200,000, 62,000 for this iPhone. So 150,000, like twice the price for it, and it's on sale 43% off.
Assuming if I got the right one pulled up here, how much do you think one XAF, which is apparently the CFA, to 1 USD?
I'm looking at FCFA.
Yeah, I know. The FCFA is coming up as XAF.
Okay.
When I'm looking it up. Now, I could be wrong, but
sure.
Looks like
give me a second here to...
XAF
is... Hold on. Let me guess. Let me make my guess here. So it should be fairly easy to guess. It's 1 $1 is 200 FCFA.
No.
$1 is 180. 1,800. No. Did I get the number wrong? Is it 1,000? Is one is 1,000? Either 100 or 1,000 or 200. 1,000. It's either 100 or 1,000. What is it?
So $1 of the FCFA, the Central Africa currency, apparently comes out to not even a penny of the USD.
Yeah.
It's 0.001853
Oh,
USD.
I said it backwards. I meant it backwards. So obviously, yeah.
200,000
is 2,000.
Is
1,800.
$370.86.
Oh shit! Really? Damn. Yeah, I was a little bit off on that. I thought so. The iPhone there is only $300.
I mean, apparently.
Should be buying iPhones over there.
I mean, that does seem pretty damn cheap compared to what they are here. But they probably say, I don't know. That it doesn't seem right.
Buy a few thousand iPhones from Africa and ship them over to America, right? That's what Alibaba's doing.
Yeah, I mean, the FCFA one, which amount? Okay.
No,
yeah, that's crazy.
It's an interesting situation. It's from a guy who he needs a win, or he's just bullshitting the community because he feels as though maybe he bought it and he wants it to go up and he thinks the community's gonna be like, no, fuck him, or maybe he thinks they're gonna short it. I don't know what he's thinking. Who knows what this man is thinking? I don't know what he's thinking. He's like a wounded hyena. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even call him a hyena. It's probably not correct. But he's like a wounded animal right now, I feel like. And even though he had a fair bit of confidence, probably because he's like, I'm still rich, motherfucker, you're broke. It's my guess. He did. You could see he's a little broke. He's a little broken. and some of it is probably like, called for, and some of it is not, because it's the internet. Even people who do like the things wrong, like the internet community is like, I don't know, something about people behind a
It's
keyboard.
Reddit. I mean,
And well, yeah,
the
it's
power
not
they
just
feel that
Reddit
they
though.
have.
It's not just Reddit. Look at
I know.
Xbox.
I know.
It's anything. It's especially when people feel as though they're anonymous, how bold they get, And it's not just how bold, it's how horrible some people are. My God, how bad are just some people are just so bad. Like
It's like
oh my God.
like that meme, that like TikTok meme that was going around, where the mother introduces the boyfriend to the kid, and then the mother walks away, and then the boyfriend looks at the kid and he's like, "Yeah, you gunslinger, 8645, blah blah blah," and then the kid's like, "I haven't used that tag in years." And then the boyfriend looks back at the kid and he's like, "Told you I'd fuck your mom."
Oh wow, jeez. Wow. Nice.
So it's just, it's funny, because there are those that, they do stay behind the keyboard, and there are those that will do that Jay and Silent Bob type aspect where they're like, they're finding out who the person is, where they're at, and they're going to resolve this. So it's a little iffy. But this guy, though, I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, I would be curious where he got in with this company at, but at the same time, I mean, that's assuming he's even in with them.
That's a good point. It would be curious to see where he got in on it, and because he's trying to, catch up for a lot of losses that he recently made. But okay, so if you just take him at face value, right, for what he said, which is hard to do with a lot of people because there's a lot of fucking liars out there. But if you just take him for what he's saying, he's saying, look, this company is going to do well, and this is just going to happen, and it's a good one to buy into, and this is a good mover, a variety of reasons. If we look at a few things like just Africa and e-commerce, sure, sounds good. Potential to be bought out by another megalithic company like Amazon or whoever, to run the show, possibly. Whether it is or not, is it going to do good? Probably. The way he said that is almost like that's what they want, though. If we look at the Mac Daddy, like, it's due to, I mean, it could have a potential nice rise coming up. If we look at earnings coming out soon, failed, hit it. Yeah, so it beats earnings more often than it fails, and COVID can be a part of that. I don't know what the situation with COVID is in Africa right now. I know India's got some issues. Hell, I know America's starting to pop up some issues, And Africa could be similar, but it looks like they're already social distancing in a lot of areas of Africa, but not in urban. I know that I worked with a coder out of Nigeria, I think. Nigeria, I'm not sure. And oh my God, when I looked at, he's like in a heavily populated city. Like it was trying to make payment to him it was a mess because I couldn't use PayPal at the time. It was like a whole deal. This whole deal came up because PayPal, like, there was too many scams, and so PayPal eliminated the ability to pay people in I think it was Nigeria. It was Nigeria, I can't remember. I think it was Nigeria. It was a few years ago, and it was like, oh my God, this is like becoming like very hard to pay this man, and he did work for me, and I needed to pay him.
Was he a Nigerian prince as well?
No, he was a hustler, dude. Hey, he was a good coder. Wasn't pretty, but he was a good coder, and still is. And man, dude was a hustler. He'd Skype me in, and I don't think he videoed, but I could hear him, and I could just hear like the soccer game on and the football game on in the background, and everybody like, like he's in a room, like he's at a party, basically calling me and working. He's probably there because of the Wi-Fi. I don't know. You know what I mean? But he's like, hold on. He's like, hold on, a goal, Okay. So we're going in, I don't know why my accent for him is.
We're not even going to touch bases on it. We're going to be safe. And we're just going to move on from
not
this
touching
company,
this.
the JMIA.
So here's the big one that I
no, I
forgot.
wouldn't.
We
I
got
mean,
to
it
throw
does
right.
look like it would be a risk. What, Verizon?
Verizon. Now
Okay.
Verizon, this is an interesting situation.
What's interesting about them?
So Verizon buys Yahoo and AOL. Did we talk about this
Slightly, yes.
in the last
And then
stream?
they sold it for a loss or whatever?
We talked. We did talk about this in the last stream.
Yeah.
Or did we just talk about this? It was in the stream,
No, we
right?
just talked about this in the stream.
Oh, earlier in this stream?
No,
The last
previous live stream. Yeah, last week.
Okay. So this already happened. So I guess then we don't need to cover it because I already covered it. Because this is okay. Once again, this is my tinfoil hat that I believe that there's something going on. And okay, more so to the point, I heard more
Roll
about
out the
this
theory.
today.
Let's do it.
Let's go to Facebook real quick. Let's go to no, we're gonna go to Benzinga Pro because it's quicker and easier to pull this up. We're gonna go to Facebook, and we're gonna go to the calendar, and we're gonna go. There we go. 5/10. That's today. Why did Citigroup downgrade Facebook? And then there's a downgrade from Wedbush in April. But look at this. See all these green, all this green. February 11th,
Was there any
2020.
pass? All right, so there's a pass Citigroup right above that slightly on the third, 326, and that says maintains and buys.
Yeah,
So I wonder what the
119 or 195?
Yeah, that was target price.
That was 2020 195. So it looks like they were right. Because Facebook is above that substantially.
Well above, yeah.
Right? And then look at this. And there's just some strange action going on here. You got this big gap right here. What is that? That's 308.29. And then look at this candle right here. Look at this sell-off on Facebook. 314 down to 305.
Does Zuckerberg have any money in the deli?
Probably.
Is it a family-owned business?
I would assume. Now, wait a minute. Did you see that?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Let's compare this with Facebook real quick.
Who is this? Alphabet Inc.?
This is Google. Yep.
Oh. Why is it Alphabet Inc.?
That's a long story to go into, but basically it allows
That's
them to
stupid.
do stuff that they weren't able to do before they became Alphabet. Google. That was Goog, and let's see, Google L, or maybe it was Google L we just looked at. No, it's the same. Do you see that? It's the same on all these.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it the same percentage of a drop too?
I don't think it's the same percentage. But it's
well, I mean, similar at least.
It's pretty damn
maybe.
close. And so I guess the real question is does Twitter have the same drop?
It did drop. That's a pretty big drop, it looks like, from 66 to, what was that, like 51 around the beginning of May?
So this is not the same path as the rest, but what is this, April 30th? Facebook. April 30th is when it started its fall.
You gotta love social media. Birds of a feather flock together.
Okay. So this thing's going down, right? This thing, Facebook, and that's Facebook too. Let's go back to Twitter real quick. Twitter's dropped already. So what happened? What happened on the 30th?
You're probably better off looking at Benzinga as far as that goes. Let's see. On April 30th?
No, yeah, April 30th. We got
Important events of this day in history. No, we don't want history.
7th, 6th. Was it the
it
April
was the
30th?
second day of the NFL draft.
Get ready for significant market move. Get ready for significant market moves sooner rather than later. The slightest market move will cause the hedging dynamic to move the markets. What? That was on the 30th, and Facebook, along with Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Tesla. Else? Anything else? Twitter, not so disappointing. What the hell? Must be earnings. Guessing weren't so disappointed. It's always rough when something that says that. All right, so that's a whole video. I'm not watching that.
I mean, Biden announced information on the American Families Plan and how it'll provide up to 12 weeks paid family medical leave for every American, but I'm not really seeing anything else that kind of jumps out other than, again, information about the NFL draft, spend less time, projecting. Friday, see, there's a day for that.
April 30th. Amazon too. What's Netflix?
Was it NFX or something?
NFLX.
Oh, I was close. Observance on April 30th.
Netflix dropped on the 21st. But
that's a big drop too, though.
30th, they continued to decline as well from that point, from the 30th and down.
Honestly, I mean, I'm not finding any article in reference to what it's 120th day of the year, 121st in leap year. Let's see, Georgia calendar.
Hulu. That'd be Disney, right?
No, I think it's its own independent company, isn't it?
Yeah, but Disney would be the next streaming. April. So it doesn't seem to be as affected. But it had one update and then it dropped since, and now it's caught up. So it's not too far off. What would Hulu's NBC?
I think it's just Hulu. I don't really know if they're owned by another company. I'd never paid attention to that.
So it's not the same. So they're definitely different, and it wouldn't be streaming. So what's another? So this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I'm alluding to, and what I alluded to last time is that Verizon knew something was coming. That there's a potential for big tech regulation, and when it comes to media, that was going to be that'll eventually come out, and that's going to be bipartisan because the Republicans are mad that Trump got canceled off Twitter and Facebook, and the Democrats are mad because tech giants are moving public opinion and or whatever, you know what I mean? They're taking your privacy. I don't know, whatever they're mad about. I don't know what everyone's mad about. All I know is that there's a very good chance that bipartisan legislation will go through in the next 3 years, maybe a lot sooner, that has to do with regulating big tech. They've been talking about it for a long time, especially big tech that has been getting away with some media stuff. And I think, like I said, I think it's either that or I think it's something to do with infrastructure. And the reason why I'm less likely to think it has as much to do with infrastructure as it does with regulation now is that other people in this space seem to be feeling pain, whereas Verizon, on the other hand,
sold out.
Right.
But didn't they sell out at a loss too, though?
They did. They sold out at a very great loss, and it removed them from tech media completely. It wasn't just that they sold at a loss. It was that they removed
So
themselves from an
was
entire
it a-
sector.
Was it a board meeting agreement to remove that group from them, or was it a CEO, or like that? That would be
Sure, it would have to be a board meeting.
questionable as far as like, you know, like who came up with that thought, that plan, that initiative, if you will. Because it is curious. I mean, by all means.
I don't know. So I say we keep watching this one and keep the tinfoil hat on because there's something to it. I don't know what it is, but there's something to this. Let's see here real quick. Yep. So the last thing, I guess we'll let you read this. I'll let you Google it and read the first response you get. And that is, what the fuck is a Reagan invest market? Somebody said that, and I get the general idea, I think, but I've heard the term. Curious, what is a Reagan invest market? And then after that, I think we should wrap it up, and we will make a phone call in the next time we stream, whenever that is. We are going to call at least 2 people. We're going to call different companies, and we're going to ask them questions about Doge, about GameStop, and about whatever stock we're talking about, and anything else that may be relevant at the moment. And hopefully we don't get somebody fired.
Do you like Corsair?
Yeah.
Let's see. Reagan Investment is an investment advisor located just west of down. Oh, no. Let's see.
What's a Reagan investment market?
Oh, hold on.
The common term or just something that this guy just threw out?
Let's see. Strategy, Reagan Capital, Investment Inc. Terminology.
Wow, Twitter's checking their tweets, huh? Seems like a lot of work.
Financial market which makes recommended USDC. So plunge protection team, Reagan Holdings Corp. I mean, I got like 30 plus financial terms that are populating with this. Like what is it that?
Is this not a term? Is this something that just some guy said? Reagan invest market. Let's see, has this been used? Oh, that's. I'm telling you, I heard this guy say this. I heard somebody say it. It wasn't just me. I'm not making this stuff up.
That's funny. Google has us pulled up immediately, like the only ones in the world.
Is this it? Did you put that up there? Is that
I did put that up there.
That's a chicken.
It is.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, you want to give us a recap on?
So for those of you that are tuning in now or stuck around for the whole time, we went over food shortage and Tyson's benefits. We went over Biden and the oil pipeline cyber attack. We went over some gaming information and how Corsair is doing. We went over the DNN mines, and we went over Elon Musk and Doge, as well as we went over the value and recovery for specific financial corps, the SNA, the TAP, and the LESL. We went over a couple IPO news for Honest IPO for some awesome diapers for your COVID-related issues. We went over some e-commerce for Africa for the company that supposedly might not be doing too well. And we also went over the Verizon regulations again, and then we also found out that we're the only ones in the world talking about this Reagan investment market, and even Google thinks we're the only ones. So thank you for that, Google. Yeah, that's really about it. I mean, our schedule, as always, is to go live no later than every Monday at noon Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central. Sometimes we might be a little bit sooner, and every now and again, we're going to have some bonus streams that are going to be happening along the way at different times throughout the week. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. We'll hopefully see you guys the next time that we're around as we continue to flash Corsair across your screen. I'm not really too sure why, but anything else you want to add?
That's it. That's it. Look, it's a Reagan investing market from what I hear. And I don't know. Don't believe the hype on the chicken, I guess. The moral of the story. Buy Dogecoin. Dogecoin to the moon.
To the moon.
I felt like I said that like somebody was going to pull me out of my chair and take me away somewhere. That's it. You're out of here.
Getting beaten in the back. I should have taken him out back and shot him years ago. Well, then, hopefully, due diligence fam, you guys have a great evening, and we'll see you guys next time that we're live.